And with that, welcome back, everyone. I am excited for tonight's session, especially. Um, so, last that we left off, you all had traveled about the keep, looking for secrets, finding whatever you could that might bring some insight into what has happened to this place. And in doing so, you found an altar, a shrine of some sorts, which didn't maintain much to it other than some statues brazenly pointed at each other in what looked like eternal combat. You found a painting of a large man with a singular glowing eye bathed in light. Determining that it was magical in nature and its effects were just to preserve its state, you moved on, continuing to move to the tallest building that you could perceive through a combination of some of your keen eyes and a familiar one of yours, Riva's. Moving there, you discovered a library. Upon thoroughly searching, you noticed that there were secrets to be had, and in doing so, you began to find novels containing more and more information about not only this place, but the greater world at large, and hints of something beyond that. Digging and digging and digging through books and notes and everything you could find, you decided to wrap up your search and investigations here and move back towards the main courtyard of the keep, where off to the side you saw a very well put together kitchen of sorts, a place where the nobles and those servants would cook their meals. Moving beyond that, you entered into the main royal chambers, disheveled, destroyed, the throne ripped to the side, more claw marks seen to be had, as in a whirlwind of chaos of some type of being had been through here within the last month or so, by what you could all tell. Continuing downward, you found yourselves in a underground passageway of sorts with molten liquid surrounding the stone bridge. Proceeding forward, upon stepping onto a symbol of a tree into the ground that was part of the structure, laid out into the ground, these undead horrors sprung to life, attacking a group. After felling them, in a rather entertaining moment of using your divinity to cause one of them to flee and never to be seen again, you proceeded to take down the other two. A difficult battle, but you all came through more or less unscathed. And that is where we left off. So here we find yourselves back beneath the throne room. So, with that, what would you all like to do?
Investigate the undead bodies.
All right.
See if there's any clues on them.
Sure. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
All right, so I'd like
Or
to...
do we want to do the aid me or aid yourself?
Yeah, definitely aiding somebody for something, so...
Well, you and I are going to have the best.
Yep.
And...
Well, I think we've got 2 bodies, right? Or no, one got pushed off into the lava and one ran away.
Correct.
Jareth,
in a fit of rage, threw it over the edge.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right next to this one.
I'll cast, guide. Are you already doing guidance? So.
I got guidance on him.
Okay.
And I think it was more Jason in a fit of rage. I mean, it was pretty cool, though.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Crappy roll, but
Searching through the remnants of the corpse, you find little of what you would consider value. Whatever armor they might have been wearing, it appears to be fused to their flesh, although that flesh is decaying from it. No weapons are to be found, nor is there anything else of importance or value from what you can see. But it is interesting. The creature itself looks to be it almost looks like a mutated vision of some type of undead or demonic dwarf of some kind. But apart from that, it is hard to tell what it actually once was.
it's ugly.
Yes?
That's very true.
It's ugly.
So
Oh, I thought you said fugly.
this is what it looked like for reference.
Yeah, like I say, it's ugly.
It's a dwark.
Yes, possibly.
Wow, that even hit me.
So,
Can I try to investigate the armor a little bit, since I am an artificer and a smith?
Sure.
Possibly using my smith's
The
tools.
DM takes 1d6 psychic damage.
Yeah. Go ahead and make me just I would say an intelligence check.
That's not what I meant to click.
Break time.
Do guidance.
I'm used to Baldur's Gate. I'm trying to click on things so my character will move instead of dragging my token.
Off with the good rolls.
So it appears as though it is some type of breastplate. It's very finely made, but other than that, you don't seem to see anything unusual about it.
Does this massive tree sigil look relevant to anyone?
yeah, I was just gonna ask if we can investigate that. Does that mean anything to?
I mean, we've been
Anybody?
looking for a tree, and this is a tree with a
Yeah.
diamond in it. Or rhombus.
Reba, is your ring still vibrating?
Is it?
As a matter of fact, Riva, as you move forward, it begins to... Its intensity increases, but it's not painful. And looking across the space, finally beginning to take in this underground chamber before you. You didn't have time to really get a good look last time, but you look forward towards the door, and it's fascinating. So not only do you see its intricate carvings, its grandiose design, you see above it, which look like billowing clouds. To the right and to the left, you can see the beginnings of some type of stone statues being carved into the earth. Fine furniture is strewn in front of it, as though it were a place where once maybe someone sat here guarding this entranceway. There are no handles on it. There are no locks that you can see. And it is shut and sealed from what you can make based off your passive perception. You do
I'm not the best.
I would like to obviously. I mean, as we're first, I would like we're checking out the big sigil on the ground. Obviously, Reba definitely wants to investigate the door.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody look at it.
Whoa!
We're hitting some turbulence.
Yes.
Oh my God, let's not. Nick, would it be... Do you have like headphones for your cell phone to try and call in potentially?
Yeah, one sec. I'm gonna see if I usually keep both an old mic around as a backup. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Yeah, we're gonna need that. So let's
Well, I am terrified.
Oh yeah.
all of a
Jesus
sudden, old Durham starts to sound
The
demonic.
the AI overlord's half full term.
Well, let's wait a second so he can
Oh.
fix his mic. So we'll give him a second.
Being apparated to the astral plane currently.
Not right now, honey. Not right now. Okay.
Volderm's character is just static.
Yep, that is what a message sounds like when it comes through the Hellgate.
Hi. Hi, baby boy. Hi. You gonna say hi? That's my microphone.
And the shyness.
To talk to my
steps in.
friends. Yeah. Sorry. Trying to race cars on my desk.
No, you're fine. So,
How old is he?
2.5. 2 and 3
Is he
quarters.
is he into like Cars the movie?
Of course.
Okay, I have like we're trying to go through Bowie's toy chest, and I have probably like $100 to $200 worth of like cars. It's not Hot Wheels, but the other.
Matchbox?
Yeah, maybe it's Matchbox. I don't know what the actual term
Matchbox.
is.
Matchbox is the realistic looking cars. Hot Wheels are the non-realistic looking cars.
They're like straight Cars the movie toys.
They're the Disney toys.
Yeah, but like Hot Wheel style.
Yep.
So if you want them, let me know. I'll set them aside.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not like he doesn't have enough toys to begin with, but more cars. He's always happy. Like right now, we collect monster trucks.
I probably have a good handful of those
And
too.
one of the ones that we have is we have the jump up, pop up Ivy from the Cars TV show.
oh, Nick, are you back online with us? Oh, nope. Ah,
Hey, Aaron, I gotta put you back down, okay?
Yeah, we're getting to the point where his birthday's coming up right before Labor Day, and we're trying to figure out what to buy him because he doesn't play with toys a whole lot. He's like, I want the new MetaQuest Epic
What?
whatever headset that PewDiePie wears. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not dropping $600 on a professional YouTuber quality VR system.
that you will break.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
There we
Yes.
go. Much better.
Sounds better.
Backup mic for the win.
Oh,
Ooh.
Nice.
you're no longer in pilot mode. Okay. So, now that you're back, so a couple things. So after you begin to look at the door, Riva, I
Yeah.
need you to make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Of course. It's always me with the wisdom save.
I just hold him to give
Not-
him advantage.
Not every item you pick up should be put upon your brow.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. There it is. There it is. There's that nat one that I was expecting to happen.
Perfect. You know, a GM can dream, right? No.
Just waiting for Riva's mic to cut out so he apparates into the astral plane.
So, Riva. You begin to move forward, investigating the sigil on the ground. And
I'm here.
you begin to see in front of you a beautiful scene. However, as this begins to play out, you have this sense of dread. You start to see visions of these massive warships coming from the southern seas to the land before the keep. You see an army of elves exiting these warships and begin to march forward, heading north. After days of travel, or what feels like days of travel, you see them meet up with another army equal in size of dwarven folk. It's odd. You expect battle, but it appears to be a joyous moment as the two groups meet. They pass something amongst each other, at least the two quartering parties do. Head back to each other, and with that, the two armies become one, marching forward. They arrive at the base of a mountain, a very familiar mountain as to one you have recently entered and landed upon in this day. You watch as the processions continue. They are greeted amongst joyous cries of a dwarven people inhabiting this now desolate place. There are parties. There is much merriment to be had amongst the streets and the outskirts of the keep. And the outskirts of the keep look much different than what you see today. There are buildings, there are people, there are livestock. It is a place of life, not a place of nothingness, as it is now, of ruin. But this merriment proceeds to fill within the keep. The streets are filled, people are celebrating, they're joyous. You watch as an elvish procession moves throughout the city, following not too different of a path that you and your companions followed recently, to the Grand Keep. They, in the courtyard, meet with the dwarven nobility, or you assume it's the nobility based upon their garments and how regal they all look. A elder dwarvish fellow moves forward, and an elvish man who appears to be maybe in his late 30s, early 40s by most standard, but you know elves can live a long time, so he's more like, probably in reference to what you know, maybe 100, 200 years old. They meet, they clasp hands, and two younger of each group are brought forward. They proceed into the hallways of the great keep in front of you, the same keep that you and your companions just walked through. You move forward through the doors, and a wedding is held. It's odd. It should be a thing of merriment, but it appears to be something more of duty, of creating a peace. You watch as the two are united through this ritual of marriage. But what really strikes your keen eye and what interests you the most is the one giving the procession, the one holding the marriage. It is this tall creature made of earth and stone and wood. And as the two become united through this ceremony, you watch as a ring are exchanged between the two, an all too familiar ring. And with that, you return back into the room where you're at, and you look forward on the door, and all you can see written upon it is in Dwarvish and Elvish, which you can read clearly now. And it says, "The two became one, and thus began the legacy of the conjoined kingdom. By birth and by death the cycle shall remain. The spirit will continue." What would you like to do?
Explain all that to everybody, first and foremost.
All right.
In my vision, and so I don't. The two peoples join, but this. Do I get any sense of like how much time has passed?
The blink of an eye.
No, I mean like since not like in my vision, but
Oh.
like how long ago that felt it could have been.
I would say, go ahead and make me a history check.
Okay.
I would say normal because you are well educated. Yeah. 19. You have never in your studies read or heard anything about this. This would predate anything in the history books that you've read. The best assumption that you could make is this would have been before the time of when Taurinia went to absolute chaos and destruction, and the lands below were ruined and became the desert wasteland that you see today. This is old. A time before.
Okay.
And with that, if you did not know Dwarven before, you do now speak Dwarven.
All right, I will add that.
I've already added it.
Ryan, you spoke too fast.
Sorry. I can
If you
speak
did
slower.
not know, if you did not know, now you know.
Sorry, I can slow it down a bit.
We don't need to for my horrible, horrible puns and jokes.
Or I could just continue to ignore them.
Yep,
Please
it's like
make
all
more.
my ex-girlfriends.
Oh my god.
While he's going through his vision, because we have kind of a good record of finding interesting items on corpses, I want to go ahead and do another search on the undead guy myself.
You search it again and you don't find anything different.
So
Um,
do. Oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, do these two opposing statues outside of the door, kind of seem to represent the entities, or not entities, but the races featured in Riva's dreams or visions?
It wouldn't take much for you to realize, but they are the beginnings of statues being carved into what you can assume. One is an elf and one is a dwarf. Gender is not able to be determined, but you can start to see those features looking upon them. They're the start of something, but they were never finished.
The people were rejoicing and happy, and now it's all in ruin.
Have you made it clear that you had a vision? Like, did you tell
Yes.
us?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
He told everyone. You all get that recapped.
Okay.
So the two opposing not opposing statues, but statues on opposite side of the door, you said they're unfinished?
That's correct.
And that's interesting. I'm going to use my stone cunning on the rest of the stonework and the imagery here, like the tree mosaic.
What are you trying to determine?
Well, I'm looking to see if it's similar to, I guess, kind of what we have been seeing so far with this fine stonework. Going off of Riva's vision, it seems like this was a dwarven kingdom, probably.
It's easy enough to infer that this was in fact a dwarven kingdom originally.
Okay. Do we see any of those claw marks here this far in?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
And I'm gonna cast guidance on myself. You said investigation.
Yes. What are you trying to determine again? Sorry.
If this stonework is the same as what we've been seeing.
Yes, it's the
Um,
same as you've been seeing on the exterior, and it is similar to what you've seen before in the fakes.
And then I'm also just, because those statues aren't finished, I guess I'm just kind of looking for clues if this was rushed or maybe hastily put together, or just, anything kind of like similar to those statues, just not finished.
You're not able to tell that, and you do in fact see what appears to be a singular claw mark near the door.
I'm going to point that out to everyone.
Also, I think I hear Ozzy whining.
Yes,
You said-
and it's raining outside.
You said it's the same as what we saw in the fakes?
The stonework. So the stonework that you saw in the top levels of this place reminds you of the same stonework you saw in the fakes. I can pull that up for you right now.
Like, especially the tomb that we were in, right, Ryan? That's what you told me before.
Yes. Let me...
That's displeasing.
So,
Well, this place is clearly trying to tell us a story. It seems to want us to proceed.
it reminds
This
you
isn't
of
the
this
first
place.
vision.
Going, Redwin, I'm assuming that you share this to the party?
Yes, she does. You're muted.
Okay. Going off of that, is all of this older than when Picos originated, or
I haven't been able to determine an age so far. Ryan, I'm trying to remember if you kind of gave me a range before during one of my investigation or stone cutting checks.
You never got a range. What you got from before was it appeared to be old dwarven stonework, but you weren't able to pinpoint who could have made it, when it was made, but it did remind you of dwarven work.
do we know how old Picos is?
Go ahead
Just
and make
general knowledge?
Yeah, go ahead and make a history check.
Okay.
And I'm going to assume, Ryan, some of the information you shared in that we can all access about like Picos and Pios here, and some of the wherever it is, that's probably general knowledge, because we could kind of determine off of that how old like Picos and Pios and maybe our current kind of culture is.
You don't know how old your current society is, as far as a pinpointing we're X amount of years old as an existing society.
This is when the
culture.
island was
right.
excavated from the earth.
You do know that the Oct were founded over 900. So you know that the city of Picos and Pios itself is at least 1,000 years old. There is what's known as, and this is all in your if you go into your journal, it's under Taurinia and the history of Taurinia. There's a very rough timeline for you all. It's at least 1,000 years old. So
that's kind of what I was referring to.
Yeah, fairly common knowledge. I would say with a history of 15, Jareth, you know that you've never been told an exact age of how old Picos and Pios are, but what you do recall is they're the focal point of magic and the society of Taurinia. You know that in your younger years, a curious lad and growing up through the ranks, interested about all things relating to the guards and the military. You know, you wanted to study and be the best of the best, which is why you were chosen to go through this transformational period, right? You do know that that question was never answered, and you know that it was a thing that was always, you know, when you ask a question and people just kind of beat around the bush until you stop asking that question, that's kind of what you got every time you wanted to be like, well, how long have we been here? How old is our order? And you never got an answer. You got more of a, you know, it's always just kind of been here and we've accepted that. And you could never find out more, and you just kind of became comfortable in your younger days with that answer. Now looking back at it now, you're kind of seeing that it was something that maybe you should have delved into more when you had the chance.
Gotcha.
I'll share my opinion that I'm thinking the cities of Picos and Pios, since they're obviously raised floating cities, were at one point in time cities down here on the mainland, and that is why the architecture is very similar. They're from the same time period.
Ooh.
The same makers. So that's
like
my
that.
guess.
That's using your noodle.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. Our architecture is, you know, almost identical, or is identical.
It's extremely similar.
Having spent time in the fix and seeing this in Azure, can I make a check to see how similar?
Yeah, go ahead and make me I'll say an intelligence check.
Just the straight intelligence.
Yeah.
And then Ryan, can you pop up that picture of the door again? Because I assume it's not this lion demon face. Thank you.
There you go.
Yes,
Only a 13 today. I'm rolling crappy low rocks tonight.
It's better than last week, man, when we were rolling straight 5 and below.
Oh yeah, that's why I never had Ryan load those dice. Did you ever load those dice?
Oh no, I can load those dice now. No. So with a 13, it is similar, but something here that is a little bit different that you begin to notice, and you're not sure if it's from your studies in your youth, or all of a sudden you have this sense of recognition when you look at things in this place. And it was unsettling at first, but and kind of caught you off guard in moments, but it's becoming a little bit clear to you now that what you have placed upon your finger, the ring, is kind of giving you a sense of understanding. And there are the obvious workings of dwarven craftsmen here, but where dwarvish stonework is beautiful, it is gorgeous, it lacks that finite detail that the elves take so much pride in, and you start to kind of pick up the hints of that elvish, I can't think of the word right now, it's not masonry, the elvish influence upon the stonework of the door and the space in front of you.
I gotcha. Okay.
In that vision, real quick, Ryan, you mentioned that the two were wed by a very tall something. What was it again?
It was a tall creature made of wood, stone, and other earthen materials.
Does that jive with the description of any of the deities and all these fancy books we just picked up?
Go ahead and make a religion check at advantage. '21.
Very nice.
I saw it try.
A one.
Yeah, I saw it try to give me that one.
After reading through the tomes and information you found in the library above, what you can recall reading, those books, this seems to be in line with Zadal, the Lord of the Lands, and would be likely consider a representation or an avatar of him.
They couldn't have been the slut god.
Was for the party before.
Yeah. You don't get a
I'm
soul
so
bond
sorry.
with a slut god.
Sometimes I forget that we're recording and streaming.
It's whatever. It's marked for
Oh.
adults.
They must have been pretty important if their ceremony was performed by a god itself. That's interesting of itself. Is there anything overtly exceptional or magical about the door that would explain why it specifically triggered this vision? This isn't the first vision we've seen, right? I'm not just hallucinating that from last session.
Nope. This would be the second.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's what I wanted to ask too. Is did anyone want to go ahead and inspect the door? Because I'm probably not the one to do it, but
Well, now, do I remember in the fight one of the creatures went up to the door and it blasted the hell out of him?
it did.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
straight up just you watch this this energy extrude from the door and start to engulf the undead creature in that power, that explosion of magical force.
Getting closer to the door, you mentioned that there was like no handles or anything. Does there look like there might be some sort of mechanism? Going back to my earlier theory that maybe the ring is a key.
Mm-hmm.
since
That's
it
what
was
I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking, that with this ring I can, when we're ready, go up to the door and
How close was the undead to the door?
He was
Did he
right
touch
here.
it?
He ran straight for the door. So that undead entity essentially was just right up here. It went straight trying to run like I need to open this door to get away because it's failed its saving throw, against the turn undead ability, and it just got blasted in the face. But that was right when it touched the door.
So with detect magic, I can be within a 30-foot radius,
Yep.
so I don't have to be right next to it.
even before you do that, do we know what kind of energy it got blasted with? Do we have any inference towards that?
No, in the moment, you all just watched it happen and were overwhelmed in the joyous fact that, well, that's a weakened enemy, and didn't pay any more heed.
Okay.
So I'll cast Identify ritually on this door, but I also think
So
we
you're-
might want to start thinking about
Nope. So, quick question:
resting.
you're gonna go up
I'm-
to the
I'm-
door and touch it?
I'm asking the group a question
Oh,
though,
okay.
as well. Did we want to think about also taking a long rest because we don't know what's behind this door? I also know that this spot is not maybe the most comfortable, and we still know that there's another undead somewhere out there that we might have to guard against if we rest here.
I mean, taking a long rest would be super beneficial to everybody, considering.
Yeah,
like,
I'm definitely not opposed.
Yeah,
But
running a little dry on spell slots.
at the same time, I don't think taking it here would be the greatest idea. I mean, even
No, I agree.
just like All right, we got some information. Backtracking to the ship.
We got
And,
an empty town behind us.
you know, backtracking to the ship, and if it means we encounter stuff when we come back in again, we're not like that far away from being able to like walk out of here and head back to the ship and take a rest there.
Time-wise, how far would it be travel to the ship, and then what time of day is it right now?
So you arrived at this place in midday, amongst a sandstorm. So it's probably getting closer to the evening. It's a little bit harder to make out the time since you've kind of been traveling, underground and into this place.
Sure.
But it's probably, I would say, somewhere mid to late evening at this point, between just having the combat at the beginning of the keep and then exploring the city and the library and the shrine and whatnot. So
It's been a full day,
Yeah.
though, right? But yeah, okay.
Do we
You
want to
guys-
maybe look for an abandoned building and try to, like, carefully barricade and keep watch overnight?
Yeah, that might save us some backtracking.
I mean, like, it's a keep, but it's damn near a city or town.
Yeah, it's very large. It's in size if you were to fully explore it, apart from the two main points that you went to. It reminds you of Picos, right? So it's extremely large for a keep, right? It is a keep in the sense that it's got walls and it's backtracked into a mountain, but it is very large in its scope and size, and you more or less hit a couple highlights along the way to this destination.
I mean, we came down here from a throne room. A building with a throne room probably has some bedrooms somewhere, right? We wouldn't have to go that far back, in theory.
Well, I guess if we don't want to backtrack all the way to the ship, I'm sure we can. I mean, there was that room with the painting, too, that looked like it only had one entrance
Oh,
into it, and we can easily keep a watch there.
the painting made me a little uncomfortable, but sure.
Yeah,
It
but that
did seem
was
like I was watching, didn't it?
Scopus, and he's a good deity.
Hmm.
I mean, technically. What is good?
He is a good deity from the tomes and novel, from what you have found in this place, which is the only point of reference any of you have.
He's a good deity, according to the Book of Scobus.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, all I keep hearing is, "Who's a good deity? Who's a good deity?"
Oh my god. Well, I don't have enough bourbon tonight for this.
And always get some of that organic gas can gin, Ryan.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
I got
that.
I got water.
Firewall.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like the worst hangover.
We'll have to send you a picture.
Organic gas can gin.
It's literally a bottle that's designed to look like a gas can, like an old timey gas can, like E85 or some stuff. It's great. Anyways, so
Yeah, I mean, so we can either go back up to that other room. Actually, I like the idea that that painting room seemed like it had like only the one entrance.
yep.
I'm with
Was that a
Voltaire
room or
more
was
that
that out in the town a little bit more, though?
It's about a 2 to 3 hour walk from here, and from what you were able to discern, it had one point of ingress and egress.
Might still be, trying to find another.
I mean,
We
prefer-
could just push that painting and cover the door with it.
I'm not touching that painting, Riva. You're welcome to.
But yeah, I say backtracking for a long rest is definitely a needed thing because then we can get abilities and spells.
I like more so the idea of just finding a mundane abandoned building rather than, especially one that might have a back entrance if we need to flee, rather than barricading ourselves in a spire with
That's definitely not Jared talking. That's Jason talking. Needing to flee.
I think that's Jareth talking with some like kind of more brain's not working.
Jareth would have the tactical knowledge to think. Like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, he's just really excited to sleep on the ground.
I mean, if it's Jason talking, let's just skull bone this door until it opens.
And now,
You can tell how well I'm doing and how many saves I have in Baldur's Gate.
So,
Yeah, let's go back.
okay.
Find a room.
Where would you like to go back to, or what are you specifically looking for?
If we're voting, I would just vote the first defensible looking place we find. I don't know that we need to track like 3 hours
Yeah.
back to that other. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
agree.
agree.
Like, just even if it's just like a house or an inn or a small shop.
Something with 2 stories that we can get up into the top of and keep an eye on the stairs.
Yep.
Yep.
Sure. Okay.
Also, the only enemies we've encountered have been undead guarding important places. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not sure we're super likely to find something in just like a random house. Who knows?
Something is making those claw marks. And if there's animals around and there's life around, then something eats the animals that eat the plants.
I believe didn't we kind of identify the source of those last time, GM?
Yeah, I think we did.
Of the claw
Didn't
marks?
we definitively be like, that's a dragon?
You're assuming it is a creature of large or greater size. You don't have a frame of reference for what it actually is. The closest thing that you've all seen would be, size-wise, would have been the dragons you saw that were flying above the tree on your way here, which you avoided.
Yeah, Voldurm was very excited about the prospect of fighting a dragon. That's all I really.
Yeah, I remember that.
You were very
A little,
excited.
little too excited.
But would it
Too
have been as
excited about
exciting as potentially having a party member be yeeted off a ship in the middle of combat?
Man.
Yeah,
Bill got that fear of heights.
Yep. So, all right. So, who is leading the charge on finding a place of rest?
I think
Whether-
Reva would scout ahead and
Sure.
look for a good spot. He kind of, I feel like he would know what would be a good spot to keep lookout and.
Perfect. Could I get a survival check from you? Is anyone aiding you in your search?
I'll help him out.
Perfect.
Can it just be 1 or 2?
So it'll either be 2 of you at normal or 1 of you at advantage.
In hindsight, I would have been very good at this, but
Yeah, I said Nertho should just roll that normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually when
Nertho's always with me, but I'll roll it and have him roll it too.
now that we know what role it is, yeah.
Well, if it's 1 or the other, I don't feel comfortable saying, "Oh, I'm just helping him." When I said I was taking the charge,
Sure.
I don't feel comfortable giving him advantage, but having him also roll it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's under.
At
How
20?
do I?
See.
There we go, and
A 17 and a 22. So, beginning to exit this place and walking back up through that dark passageway heading up into the throne room of the keep, the first thing that you notice upon exiting is that undead entity is lying dead. Like dead. No longer moving or living as what it once was moments ago.
It's re-dead.
Yeah, it's re-dead.
Undead.
An undead. It's double dead. I don't know. It is laying there motionless at the top of the stairs. You take a moment to investigate to see if it's, still has any type of movement or presence within itself, and it does not. You continue on, and
Can we take a moment to identify what re-killed it?
Sure. Go ahead
Yeah.
and
So I'd like to investigate that.
for
Yeah,
those
same.
of you that are proficient in Arcana, you may go ahead and roll. For those of you who are not, if I could get a intelligence check at disadvantage.
Sure.
A natural 20.
Well, yeah, except disadvantage.
Oh,
Ooh,
womp womp.
ooh, that a real natural 20 from somebody who's smart.
Oh, did you say
Or-
disadvantage, right? Sorry, I was
Nope,
writing.
you
Oh.
are
No,
proficient in
that was
Arcana.
for a regular. I mean, I'm not proficient in Arcana, so I rolled a intelligence check at disadvantage and still got a 21.
So, Redwin, everyone else, you kind of look ahead and scratch your heads. Jareth, Nertho, what is magic?
Derp.
Yep, Nertho, it's not from the earth. Who cares? Gorwin, it's not the shadows. Why is it worth your time? Volderm, no idea. Riva, and you begin to get an inkling of a thought, and it escapes your grasp. Redwin, on the other hand, with a natural 20 of 27, very good. You get the sense and idea that those creatures may have been bound to that place. And once they left the space to which they were essentially forced to be tethered to, they lost all power or semblance of their essence. So it's safe to say that they were tied to that place, and by leaving its sphere of influence, they became no more. Or in this case, the one.
I'll share my findings with the group.
Okay?
I almost want to bring him back for science.
For science.
But
Love it.
Can I search it too to see if there's anything there? Again, probably not, but seems to be interesting items on these undead creatures.
yeah, you search it once more, and there seems to be nothing of interest. You're kind of sensing a theme between them. The third one, if you really want to, you'd have to jump into some hot liquid magma.
I'm not fireproof, so
Fair,
I'm really disappointed that it took us this long to go to hot liquid magma.
right? You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
No, you make your determination and your best guess, and you continue to move forward. And upon exiting the royal chambers, the first thing that you notice is there seems to be a small building off to the right-hand side of where the kitchens were. And it looks like it is a not defensible, not fancy, but some type of servants' quarters. That's the first thing you come upon. Would you like to use the space?
You said not quite defensible.
No, it's defensible, but it's not quite elaborate like the rest of the place. Like it's clearly made for, servants, cooks, those type of people.
I mean, if it feels defensible, I think I would
does.
definitely. Yeah, then I would definitely go in and check it out.
Okay, so you all head in that direction, moving with a sense of purpose.
I love you.
Paying attention. Love you too. Moving with a sense of purpose. Looking for any type of threats or anything out of the ordinary. Nothing seems to come to your attention. You come upon this building, simple in design, stone walls surround it, a singular door as its only entry and exit point. You open it, expecting to find something with inside, and you see a series of beds. In fact, there are 24 of them, all empty, nothing in them, but the beds themselves are usable if in a bit of shambles. They'll make do for tonight. So, would you like to use the space?
I think, I mean, it feels defensible. There's beds.
Yep.
I mean, you said there's only one way in and out. That's obviously not what everybody's looking for, but it does seem like it'd be a good spot. You said it's kind of, it's big.
Yep.
As good a place as any.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Will there be a watch for tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
How would you like to do that order of watch?
I think Reba will take first watch.
Okay. Who would like-
At some point, as we're bedding down to, if we want, Voldern could prepare spells for the next day that would let us talk to those dead people.
Ooh, if you're sharing this with us, I think
Yeah.
that sounds very interesting.
I mean, it's not to be too meta, but it is a 3rd level slot, but I can do it.
No, very spicy. Big fan.
All right, cool. During his,
Go ahead.
so yeah, he'll just prepare speak with dead in place of one of his currently memorized spells when we
Okay.
rest. Then
Okay.
Is there a door that seems fairly sturdy, like a door that can be closed within the doorway?
It's a singular wooden door, weathered with time, but it holds true.
I will, if we want to close it, I will cast Arcane Lock on it.
Okay.
So,
Oh, wait, now I need to pee.
too late. Find a bedpan.
It's
They're
a
all-
dilapidated house. Pick a corner in a book.
The corner, of course.
The corner. Oh.
So,
Is there any point where people are busy and Redwin is separated where Jareth could talk to her privately?
I would say until you take your watch, you're kind of left to your own devices, however you all see fit. If that's something you wish to do, you can certainly do it.
Yeah, I think even if it is in public, Jareth would walk up to Redwin and be like, "Hey, before you bed down for the night, I'd like to talk to you in private."
Brian, do we have like enough room in this space where if we talk in low voices, like there is some sort of privacy?
So you could. There's definitely room in this place to talk in low voices. However, in the current state of it being, the 6 of you, it would be fairly obvious.
Work.
So, in that question, while you decide on choices, who would like to have the second watch?
I'll take the second watch.
Okay. The third.
I'm going to shoot you a private message in regards to that.
Sure. Would anyone like the third watch?
Oh, I can take 3rd.
Gorwin for the third watch for the fourth and final.
I'll take it. I don't think I'm taking
Alright.
it myself.
Okay. So, message awaiting. Would any of the rest of you like to do anything before you bed down for the night? I know you're casting Arcane Lock on the door. Voldurm, you're changing a few spells to talk with an undead to talk with the corpse of a creature.
yeah.
I might approach Mirtho and just ask him if he recognizes that motif of the tree on the floor.
Yeah, that's
If
what Reba was definitely going to talk to him about that as well.
Yeah, which, I mean, I guess I feel like I would, but DM, would I recognize that?
Go ahead and make a nature check for me at advantage. It's not a
Redwin,
hard
did you say that
roll.
you're taking third watch?
I think it was 4th, wasn't it, Ryan?
So it is
The last
Riva,
one.
Nertho, Gorwin, Redwin. So Redwin, you have last watch. If you wanted to wake
Think-
someone up early, Redwin, you could.
I was gonna say, if that was the generalized plan or discussion, Jareth would just very quietly whispering say, "Wake me during your watch."
And I'll just kind of slightly nod in acknowledgement.
Okay. If you're attempting to do this in this space and not make it, in quiet passing, could you go ahead and make me we'll say deception.
Absolutely.
Deception check. Because you're trying to deceive the party from knowing your intentions. Or keeping
At
it quiet.
triple advantage, right?
And remember, one of the party doesn't actually sleep. He's more of like in a trance.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like I said, triple advantage, right?
That doesn't exist, but sure. A 4.
Well, triple advantage does exist if you take the right feat for it.
You are...
Hey, Redwin, wake me up when it's your turn to watch.
Okay. You look around and you begin to go up to Redwin and you bump into something. You bump into a bed and it just skirts you. And everyone immediately kind of looks at you and you're like, oh, this is awkward. And then you begin to tell Redwin, everyone goes, okay, they're going to have a conversation. But you're like, God, I hope no one's watching me. But you get the sense that everyone heard you. Because, again, you shouldn't have bumped into that bed that was there that hadn't moved in a long, long time.
It came out of the freaking wall, man.
Yeah, just hurt. Fuck.
But
Well,
everyone does know that, like,
My
Or-
whole plate armor just goes
pretty
ka-chunk,
friends,
ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
friends.
Everyone knows that Jareth is asking to be woken up early. Jareth is also not taking a watch tonight. So I will let everyone infer whatever they want to based off of that.
Well, Durham just stretches performatively and then does a big fake yawn and talks about how deeply he's going to sleep all night and definitely not listen to anything.
So how
Jareth?
can I get cast sleep?
Jareth, what languages do you speak?
Common.
Common, just common. Okay.
Just common.
Just one language.
Arthur looks at you and goes, I wish that was an option.
I would argue thieves cantrip, but no, just common.
Well, I wouldn't know that either, so.
You would not.
Nice try.
That's
You hear Reaver waking up, be like, "You're butchering it. Stop."
Our two most known languages are common and chunky plate noises.
Yep.
Plate armor noises.
It is a language.
Sounds about right.
It's called not being stealthy. No. But with that, before we move into watches, is there anything else anyone else would like to do?
So, Nertho didn't recognize the tree,
Oh,
correct?
sorry. Nertho, the tree or I'm trying to think of the word. I believe the motif on the ground. I don't know if that's the correct word I'm looking for. The etchings in the ground, or that iconography. There we go. The iconography embedded into the ground is very familiar, and it reminds you of things that your parents would draw you on paper before they would quickly cast it into a fire as to not be recovered. And you do feel a sense of connection to it. Faint, but it's there.
All right, and I so my response to her would be like, yes, it's something that not discussed, but it showed up in my childhood. I saw glimpses, and in fact, I hadn't thought about that symbol in a while, but it means a lot to me. It means family. It means safety. It means home. Everything that's been taken from me.
Okay, and that
Are we
makes sense.
all aware
but-
of the tree icon? Or How
Iconography on the
iconic the
ground?
tree is. Yes.
Everyone except for Nertho would identify it as something new to them. As far
No,
as
I mean, as far as Nertho's quest for the tree, is that well known to the whole party?
yes, he's looking.
Yeah.
He's looking for the tree. He's announced it before a few times. You've had discussions of it, so it's nothing new.
Okay.
Nertho, do you know, aside from what this imagery personally means to you, maybe what this actually symbolizes?
You-
I
I'll help you out there. It is the first time you've seen this symbol in this big of a fashion, but again, with that 21, you do recognize the connection between that symbol and Zadal, Lord of the Lands. That is his symbol of nature, of the cycle of death and rebirth. You know, the roots of life connecting us all, the whole, circle of life kind of a deal.
Yeah, this is a symbol in a way of the very way that I draw my powers. Been grasping in the dark and getting it somehow, but now I actually know how I do the things I do. And this tree with its roots and branches are how I access that. In fact, and I'm gonna shuffle my leather armor off and use control fire to kind of draw out a thread of flame, and I'll start burning that symbol onto the chest of my leather armor as we're talking.
Did anyone
Okay, so one second. So you, as Nertho explains this, an understanding of how he draws the power from the earth and nature around him, you watch as, without, almost as if a master were drawing a painting, he performs a perfect rendition of the symbol of the tree into his armor. Where would you like to place this upon your armor?
I was thinking, well, like not or chest size, but not the whole chest, like maybe 4 inches across,
Kinda
and
like
kind of
this-
off center and above the heart.
Okay. Could you roll a D100 for me?
Yes. As soon as I remember how to do that. Okay.
/R space 1D100, or you can click the double dice.
Yeah.
70. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. You finish engraving the symbol with fire upon your armor, and it surprises even you how intricate and disturbingly perfect it looks. But you're pleased with it and proud.
Or is this like is everybody privy to what's happening right now, or is this kind of off to the
I
side?
mean, it's in a room.
This is this
Sure.
is in the open. You're all kind of just at this point, just lounging about in kind of the same similar area.
We're
trying
chilling
to be-
before we
yeah,
go to bed. Yeah, I think Old Durham would actually notice that and go, bold. It's a bold thing to wear your faith outside in this world. And he just sort of nods approvingly and goes back to his meditation.
That's something I'm learning.
It must be very exciting for you, though, to learn more about this. So I'm happy for you.
I mean, exciting like an earthquake, but yeah.
Hopefully, we don't experience any of that.
Wait, yeah, would there be a word for earthquake in people who lived in floating cities?
A city shake. Turbulence.
Like, I think you would more describe it as like a skyquake.
Yeah.
I don't think an
I like how you
earthquake
just
would make
jumped
sense.
at that, Erica. Turbulence.
Yep, like a skyquake. I think that's what if there were rumblings in the cities, if they were to occur, and well, at this point, hey, it's canon. We'll say they do occur. Rare as though they are, if magic falters, you would have maybe the experience of a skyquake. So for, I would say the majority of you would call it a skyquake. For some of you would connotate that more with the earth. For those who've lived longer in the underground. But yeah, we'll go with that.
Is it just the opposite? Would an earthquake be like ground thunder or something?
Ooh, I like it. Yeah, ground thunder. Yeah, kind of the opposite.
New
Canada.
spell unlocked.
So, all right. Is there anything else anyone else would like to discuss for the evening?
No, because I
but-
think we do need our rest. But yeah, just talking magic a little bit with Neartho and picking his brains. So
Perfect.
Redwin did the magical lock on the door.
Yep.
Is there anything Jareth could do to like try to reinforce anything?
You could move some beds, or the piles of whatever's left in here, right, against the door if you'd like to. So you could throw a couple
Sure.
beds against it, just for the sake of additional protection. So yeah, you do so. You take the time. You grab about I'll say 2 beds. You kind of tip them up in such a way that if something were to burst through that door, they would fall over and make a large amount of noise.
Okay.
Yeah. So, with that, you all gain the benefits of a long rest. Go ahead, hit the button, change any spells you need to do, and I'm going to make the judgment call right now, say this is a good time for a quick restroom and or drink refreshment break. So, we will do so for that. So whoever needs a restroom, grab a drink. We'll do that right now before we get into it for what I would say the long haul. So I myself will be right back.
Is Brian, before you run, if you're still there.
Nope, he gone.
Dang, he's fast.
Done.
Yeah, you gone. Erica, are you still there? With Ryan.
He's here. Ryan, have his attention.
I might have to make a quick call if everyone is okay taking a 15 or 20-ish break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
All
if
good with
you
me.
need to do that, yeah,
Sure,
Yeah,
I'm down.
life comes
Okay.
through.
15 to 20-minute break. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. I'll be fast if I can.
Yep, Jareth needs to make a phone call. Sounds good.
I gotta put it downstairs. Yeah. I did. Trying to fix the taste. Are you sure? I didn't. I don't think it's your enemy. If I did, I don't remember. Yeah. I should beat up those potatoes. Yeah. Well, heat the potatoes and just give me some.
Chair. May I have my chair back, please? Come on. Come on. My chair. Thank you. After we're done for tonight. Okay. Keep that up. Oh, just take half the potatoes. Aaron, don't put the tire on the TV. No.
All right. So I'm back. We are waiting on Jason and Steven. Oh,
Nope, he's back.
I think we're waiting on Jason then.
You were waiting on me too, but I'm back.
Okay.
We got some lightning.
Yeah. So I guess while we wait, does anyone have any other questions about the books or anything that they read or?
So many questions.
It's a whole session of questions.
Oh, yes. You know me, I keep notes.
Yes. Also, kind of for looking forward, I know it's might be a little early for some people, but I think the plan is, so everyone's tracking, and I can fill Jason out on this. I've talked to him a little about it before, but we're looking at finishing November to December, somewhere in there. The question I had is, for those who can make it, I believe it's just you, Nathan, that lives really, really far away.
Mm-hmm.
Would we like to try to do a in-person session for the final one? I don't know if you'd be willing to come up, Nick, or not, but it would be about a 3-4 hour drive for you if you're interested. But again, no pressure. So if not, we can just go to what do you call it? We can still do Foundry and Discord and whatnot.
Finishing like the current arc or what? Like,
oh no, sorry, you will be there for. Never mind. You don't.
What are we talking about?
Never mind. You're temporary. My bad.
Yeah. Why are you asking me?
I feel like you've been here forever. So everyone but Nick. Sorry, I had a brain fart. I mean, if you want to come, I love you. But
Oh.
I mean, he could have another appearance.
We shall see.
I missed half of that.
Yeah. It's
essentially
pretty
the
unlikely.
last session looking at in person, and we can make it accommodate. So we could do like a webcam.
Well, it's gonna have to be a combination because Nathan.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I pretty unlikely I'd be able to do it, but I'd happy to do like a webcam at a in-person thing.
Yeah, I was thinking like do a webcam, bring in a screen just to show your lovely face to everyone. I don't know how all that would work, but technology. So.
Sorry, I'm trying to unravel a cord currently.
Well,
one second here.
You put the corkscrew in and then you put it.
No, a cord. C-O-R-D.
I thought you said cork. I was like, that's not that hard. Come on.
Yeah.
No. I just grab it with my teeth and yank it out.
Yeah, that's a way.
I need to deal with a cat thing. I'll be right back.
Oh no.
Cords and cats.
Yep. I feel like those things are hand in hand.
In the meantime, I will show you. This is my new
setup. Oh, we
Fancy.
have. Wait, do we have? What case is that? Is that an NZXT? No.
No. This is the Corsair 5000D airflow.
Oh, it's basically it's almost identical to mine. Okay.
Similar looking, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the airflow on it's not like I haven't hit. Not that I'm doing much things that are intensive right now, but I mean my CPU hasn't hit above like 43.
Yeah.
I mean I have an AIO on it, of course.
Oh,
but
I air cool AIOs. I don't see the purpose. Well, are you running an Intel processor?
AMD.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah. Yeah. I will say I love these. I have the Corsair with the Infinity fans.
Okay.
That was easier than I thought.
They're expensive. However, for installation purposes, they all click together, and it's just one cable from whatever fan you want it to come from, and then it just goes. So it's like
Nice.
I'm running, what was it 3, 6, 8 fans, and I have 3 cables for all of them. It's amazing. from a cable management perspective.
Yeah, I have, like, this has a spot on the side. I can add 3 more fans, and I've got, like, so I got the full radiator on top. It came with the 3 fans in the front, so I actually have 2 QL Corsair fans that I didn't even plug in. Like, they came out of the old case and just got put off on the side.
Yeah, you don't even need it.
Like, I'm just saying, like, it's all mesh front.
Oh yeah,
So like the airflow ratings on this case are just insane. It just happened to be on sale, and I bought a bigger graphics card, and I couldn't route my radiator in the other case correctly. So then the radiator hoses were getting in the way of the new car, and I was like, let's just rebuild a PC.
Looks nice.
Of course, the RGB only works if I don't use IQ. I have to turn IQ off for the hardware lighting to actually work on the fans.
That's funny.
IQ sucks.
I have to use IQ for my stuff to work.
I turn it on because of my. I have the H115 Capellix cooler.
Oh.
It for whatever reason, just whenever if I don't have it plugged in correctly, air finger quotes, like whenever IQ is on, it turns all those lights off. So I just turn IQ off and use hardware lighting.
So, for your reference, boop boop. Weird. We have a very similar theme going on there, bud.
Yep.
Also red.
Yeah, Sith are way cooler than Jedi. Fight me.
I just like the red because it's less eye strain.
Oh. I'm just a fan of the Sith. So.
It's like you could use a couple more RAM though.
No, I don't need any more.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, hit that back button and we shall go. Perfect. All right. And with that.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
We got the same RAM. We have the same RAM.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Oh, yep, we absolutely do. Basically, I'm assuming you just have a newer processor?
3700X.
Okay, nope, okay. What's your graphics card?
That is the 7900 XTX.
Oh, yeah, I have a 1080 Ti. So, what I'm hearing is we have different graphics cards.
Yeah.
If anybody ever did join this stream, they'd be fascinated right now.
All right.
With all this stuff they can't see.
Yeah. Computer. Yeah. No. All right. So, welcome back, everyone. A long night's rest had. Uneventful.
Wait.
We
Are we going
moved-
to watch this?
Conversation
Nope.
gonna
Oh, no.
happen?
We move to the last watch. Where, Jareth, you are awoken by Redwin. Now, the question is anyone planning on kind of trying to wake up or finding a way to stay awake for this? Because everyone knows they're going to have a conversation.
Yeah. I am fully aware of everything happening around me in my trance.
Yep.
And I think Reva would have Reva didn't even signal to Neritho to keep an eye out. And Neritho, we just trust that Neritho would totally be like, yeah, I got you.
Yep. So
Reva already knows everything.
We'll find out. So, Neritho, you're in a trance. Let's see here. Gorwin, you are also in a trance. Gorwin, what is your... So, let's see. Let me look at this. Are you trying to have this conversation... You're having it quietly, I'm assuming, right? Jareth?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I will say, for the purposes of this, with Neritho and Gorwin in a trance, go ahead and... Jareth, go ahead and make me a deception check at advantage, because they're not actively present in the moment.
Well,
You want it public?
You can send private to GM. That's fine.
Just for funsies?
I would say, depending on when you would get woken, because I had the shift before So I'm not totally in the trance and still partly just still trying to go to it.
All right.
Well, say Goran, you a full elf?
Yep. He's an elf.
Full elf. Okay.
So
yeah. So Marvin too would also
I
have
will
trance.
say
Yeah.
this.
Gareth is drunkenly shouting.
So nope, you're not drunkenly shouting. So I'll put it this way: have the conversation, and I will let you know the outcome afterwards. So,
Okay.
Jareth, you are awoken by Redwin. So, floor is yours.
I'll say this entire conversation is whispering.
Okay.
And we can try to move to, I guess, a farther end of the room or something. Not that it's.
No, I would rather go to where I'll tell Redwin we should go to your post. You should not or we should not endanger the party for this conversation.
Fair.
So I'll preface with this doesn't necessarily need to be private. However, given everything that's happened, I obviously have a lot of paranoia, given everything that's going on. Not to mention, we are on a mission from the Oct.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I'll share with Redwin the book that I pocketed last session during my stealth check.
Which book is this?
It is which one? Did I not add it? I could have sworn I did. Ryan, is there handout pages for the books?
There are. If you go to the items page, there is under Volsland, Taurinia, Karnatasita Keep, there is the library, and you all have access to all of it.
There we go. And it was Lost Kingdoms, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So Lost Kingdoms, Jareth has air quotes secretly in his inventory. The main thing is that this book, which he would like to share with Redwin, discusses. Let me swap tabs over to lore, deities. We're going into neutrals, and we're going to Matris, which anyone who's listening or everyone in the party that wants to be privy but have it down to character information, all it says is the Shadow Mother is the goddess of the shadow and the unknown. So Jareth will share with Redwin, this is the deity that he's seen in multiple dreams and visions, and that he knows has a strong connection to the Coronarium Stone. So he essentially just wants to discuss with Redwin and see, for lack of better terms, if Redwin has any checks that she can use towards the Coronarium Stone versus the God of Matris and what she may or may not know.
So, I will say, based upon previous investigations, there isn't anything new from a identification perspective. That being said, that would have been before your connection would have grown stronger. So, Redwin, if you'd like, you can make another identify on the Coronarium Stone if you'd like.
Will do, because I'll share this with Jareth. I have been meaning to do this again. it's been on my mind. So
And Jareth will share with Redwin, just for her own peace of mind, that he's not reluctant to share this with the party, but given everything that's going on, he's incredibly paranoid, especially with a new party member, even though Volderm is his hubby.
Love you, Boo.
God damn it.
Perfect.
But yeah, it's a thing where it's constantly in the back of his mind, like a worm in his brain.
So, you did share that one dream that you had with us at one time, where you shared the vision of almost like this eye opening to another realm. You shared that with us, right?
Yes. And he'll elaborate and say, the illustration that is in this book is verbatim what he saw. Like the best thought to text interpretation that he could ever imagine.
So, do you keep having these visions, and are they the same every time?
Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, but Jareth has not had any since he hit the ground. But he's had 2 or 3
You've
with
had
the matron.
a few, but it has been a while since you've had one.
Yeah.
Are they triggered by anything particular that you've noticed? Are they becoming more frequent?
Out of character, good rolls. Beyond that, no.
Okay.
They were more prominent after the trauma and after I had awoken. I will say the most recent, and again, Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, the most recent 1, if not 2, were after we met Tyr.
You had one before and one after. It has been it's been a while since you've had another one.
You wanted to say a minute, so I understand. Ryan, would it... it's been so long. Would it be fair to say that Tyr's energy was similar to the matron's? The only thing I have to go off of that is that...
Go ahead and make me a wisdom check.
Okay. I was going to say, the only thing I have to go off of that is the most prominent one that I had was after the Tyr meeting.
Right. Yeah, go ahead and make me a wisdom check.
Okay. You want public or private?
Private, please.
It was almost a...
Okay.
Almost
It's hard to tell. Your recollection of those moments was so short and it's in and of itself fleeting that you can't quite remember.
Fair. We're going off dreams. I guess from the player character, what I'll describe is that Tyr seemed to have the most influence and was the most unknown and was the main, I don't want to say deity, but the strongest person that drew us into this situation and then just disappeared. And he was also unknown to the Oct. So
Agree in thinking that he's at least important to
understandably,
what I
and
call cult.
yeah, and what I can infer from this book, given that Matris is a neutral deity, I mean, each of the deities seem to have a, for lack of better terms, a color or association.
Right.
Every time I've seen the Matrix, it's been deep purple, destruction, and in an opposition, growth. Because with her, I've always seen an all-seeing eye above a metropolis.
So hard to tell. I mean, we know literally nothing of gods or deities. You know, what does it mean to be good or to be evil? But
I mean, we've been told that all of them are
evil
heresy.
if they even exist. But here, you know, I'm really beginning to question, you know, so many things. So I don't think that we should disregard this by any means.
And I agree. And you've, since my awakening, you've been the closest person to me, the one that I trust the most. And beneficially, you've been the one that potentially knows the most. So I thought I would bring this to your attention. Granted, I trust our party and our friends. However, so much has happened where I would prefer to keep this secret until it needs to be known.
Well, you know me, your secret's safe with me, and I do want to see this through to the end, if possible. And not gonna lie, I'm very, very curious. This has... I want to understand this.
Can I sleight of hand this book to Redwin?
Go for it. Make me a sleight of hand check, and I will say, yeah, just a normal sleight of hand check.
Boop.
All right, you successfully, to the best of your knowledge, hand the book over to Redwin quietly and sneakily. So,
You understand more than I do in this point of reference, so I'll give this knowledge to you. If you make it known to the party, I'll hold no fault to you. Just know that there's something else either in here or in the stone that is related to this book.
So does the stone to you almost feel like an alien entity, like it's not part of you, it's something else?
Ryan, would that be fair to say yes?
it doesn't feel alien at this point. Doesn't feel, thinking about it, it doesn't feel separate. It feels natural.
But I've taken damage from it
You
already,
have.
correct?
You've taken, you've had a negative response from using gained abilities, but as far as the feel of it, it feels as natural as it is to breathe. It's not something you've really thought about or even noticed because of how much of a part of you it's become. Thank you.
Would I know enough to say that it's symbiotic? Where it feels foreign, but where we both benefit, and where it's not negative?
It doesn't even feel foreign at this point. Again, it's because of your last several weeks of travel and using it and experiencing this fusion of that stone with your body, it feels normal. It's, you know, it's where once you would have been, where you were once in shock and awe, and you know how they talk about some people who lose a limb, they have that ghost feeling of it's still there.
Yeah.
Phantom
limbs.
Yeah, phantom limb syndrome. You would have experienced that, but now, thinking on it, really taking the time to reflect in this moment, you know, you never really had that phantom limb syndrome other than upon the initial realization that your arm was gone, and then there's this thing there. But now it's normal. It's a part of you.
So relaying an interpretation of that to Redwin, I'll say, given your family's craftsmanship, the prosthetic that you've given me has always felt like my own arm. I feel sensation, pain, all of that. Even the foreign powers that this stone has given me, they don't feel foreign. To my mind, it's something new and something absurd, but when it happens, whether I feel a pain or not, it feels inherent.
Ryan, that magic item that is his arm that my family made for him, is it normal to feel feeling, touch, pain from it?
I would say that in the advanced magical city of Picos, it's possible, but it is very expensive.
Probably not something our, middle class family kind of type would probably more than likely be able to either do or would have made at the time.
Yeah. In Jareth's case, no. You made a functional, magical arm that became a part of that stone that's embedded in him.
I was going to say, sorry if I'm overreaching by saying that.
No,
I
fine.
still feel like it's a part of me.
Yes. So it's almost as though, I guess a better way of saying it is where, you don't have that, you physically don't have that limb you were born with, right? But the stone feels natural, and that extension of your arm feels natural. And again, a little more deeper reflection. So like, you can feel things. You can feel hot or cold. You can feel pain through that, which isn't normal for what you would have made Redwin for Jareth.
These powers, abilities that you're describing to me, are those normal for someone who goes through the molding to have something like this, or is this unique to your arm?
The molding is kept entirely secret. Those who go through the molding, to my understanding, do not even know the molding process. The only thing that I can let you know is that, given what we heard through, was it the truth, Ryan?
Through the speaker, Amora.
Speaker.
Yep.
Given what we heard through the speaker, this was not the standard process. And beyond that, if I had gone through the standard process, it is not within my rank or station to question what it is. So, to give you a short answer, I don't know.
And to clarify, you would have kept your arm. Like, you wouldn't have what you have before.
Yeah. I think that's been communicated.
Correct. Yeah, that has been communicated. You know that specifically after talking with your mentor in the past?
No, I think it was brought on to the party, minus Volderm.
Yep. Nope.
During the during the
that was explained. Yep, that's correct.
interrogation. But
No.
so what happened to me is entirely foreign.
Yeah. Jareth, do you feel like there's any other kinds of changes happening besides these abilities or these arms? Just anything else that you've noticed?
From the
Yes.
stone, no. I haven't been able... Well, Ryan, is that correct? I haven't gotten any weird messages from my arm other than the dreams.
You've had the dreams, but nothing else.
Okay. Yeah, I'll relate to Redwind that beyond the dreams, the only thing that has happened is my intense paranoia of being absolved from the brotherhood that I once totally committed myself to. So magically, no.
You know, I was basically booted from the room during our interrogation with Speaker Amora quite early on. Did
I forgot about that.
Did he express to you of a way that this can be undone? And for you, would that be like a reward for completing this mission successfully?
He did not express a way of it being undone. If anything, I would say from my inference, he expressed a way of it being enhanced and utilized. I do not think that, well, the speaker had said this was, air quotes, unknown to him and not the expected result of the process. I do have a sense of questioning and paranoia of whether or not the Oct had pursued this on their own. Which again is why I've been even more paranoid following this quest, which the speaker gave us, which is to interrogate Riva's brother, who's our closest connection to Tyr, and what we found are closer connections to gods or deities. Given what we know and assume of the Oct, it would be almost idiocy to think that they are unaware of what we have just learned from these texts. I think they were seeking something more. I think we were, for lack of better terms, we had our balls gripped and had no other choice than to pursue this. But to assume that they do not know what is going on down here, what you and I have now just learned, and what we are experiencing, is just, again, idiocy. There's something more.
I agree, and not gonna lie, it has crossed my mind whether or not we will be allowed to return from this because we will know too much. Because we are learning that things are very different, and I have many questions.
Which is why I try to keep this in private, if I can. And again, when we were inspecting the library, Ryan, have I shown the outside of Volderm the pass without a trace ability? I think I have once.
You've used it before, but you've never explicitly explained it.
Okay, I'll explain
It's-
that.
It's one of those things where you've been like, the group wants to be stealthy once you got the ability, and you're like, hey,
I'll make that.
I can help.
Yeah, I'll make that explicitly clear to Redwin that
Okay.
there's something that I can do that I don't inherently understand,
Why do you have to say it?
and then I'll again reiterate to her that this isn't necessarily something that needs to be kept exclusively private, but given everything that's happened, we got some PTSD paranoia stuff going on.
Did Speaker Amora cast any magic on you? Anything like identify or detect magic on your arm? Did he do any sort of investigating when he interrogated you?
Beyond the circle of truth, I might be saying that wrong. No.
Zone of truth, yeah.
Zone of truth. I always want to say circle.
I mean, you had no idea that was cast upon you. Everyone except for Riva in that moment felt compelled to not tell a lie. Doesn't mean you couldn't skirt the truth. You wouldn't tell a lie.
Fair enough. I'll say, from the character standpoint, beyond what he inferred, because I assume Zone of Truth gives you like some kind of inference that something weird is going on.
So in Zone of Truth, a player character or in the spell Zone of Truth, whoever's affected by it cannot lie.
But given the option to go against it?
Nope, you cannot. If you fail the saving throw, you have to tell the truth.
What? Sorry,
No, but given the option,
do they know there was a spell? Is that what you're getting at?
The only
that's what I'm
person
getting at.
who knew was Riva, because they were the only one who succeeded on their saving throw. Everyone else was compelled to always tell the truth.
Gotcha.
That moment.
Yes. So Jareth would say no. Jareth has no idea.
Okay. Well,
I think
changes.
given his knowledge of the government and layers of everything, there was probably something going on. But again, that's a big... Wizards are wizards, and I am a worm.
Well, let me know if anything changes. We'll keep this between us for now. But
I will say, Redwin now holds that book, which I think Jareth will reiterate. I'm not opposed to you sharing this to the party, or if the party shares it, I don't want you to get into any sort of situation where they think that you're holding anything from them. Should anyone question you about this conversation or the book that you hold, I would implore you to tell the truth, and I will back you up on it.
I'll
This
tell
is
them
based
not
off
to
of...
know. They should go to you.
Yeah, this is based off of my own paranoia, and I'm sorry for putting this on you.
I'd like to think, with everything that we've been through, that you and I are good friends. So you can come to me for this.
Oh yeah, I'll say that Jareth has longer standing relationships with everyone except for Volderm in the party. But you're the one that dragged him to your family's house, saved his life, and whatnot. So he has the... Not that he doesn't have a strong layer of trust with the vast majority of the party. You're the one that he holds the most trust with. And he also feels that he holds a life debt to you. So, like,
Let's
if
hope it
tomorrow
doesn't.
Volderm were to be like, I'm gonna stab you in the face, he would probably jump in front of the knife.
Let's not make this a competition. But
No,
needless to say, yes, we're close. So,
he's my hubby. We're fine.
yes.
He won't do that.
Hope not. We don't need any Judge Judy sessions on here.
All right. So, with that being said, Gorwin,
So,
Neritho.
with our finished conversation, I
Yep.
do want to cast Detect Magic on his arm, though.
Sure.
It takes a minute, I think, for the ritual casting.
It's the spell casting time plus 10 minutes. So, while you go ahead and cast Identify on it, Gorwin, Neritho, you heard all of that.
Oh no.
Okay.
Every single word. It is
That's
not a
fine.
surprise nor a shocker, so you heard all of it. But with that being said, as you finish the ritual casting of the Identify spell, I need you to make a intelligence check. The coronarium stone placed upon Jareth's arm that he has described to you in depth this evening, or this morning, I should say, as a natural part of who he is. You know it is magical. You detect something there, but you have no idea its powers, its scope, its school. It is magical, but extremely foreign. And that is all you were able to glean from it.
Ryan, the book that I gave her, is there more information regarding the Matrix in like a foreign language?
Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Okay. I meant it more for like party sense, but because I knew that Jareth could not like discern a whole lot from
So,
it because Jareth's big dummy.
I would say no. You weren't able to determine more information from the tome.
Okay.
Yep. So,
If you want, I can make an intelligence check, but that was my whole question. Is that
no?
Does big dummy see more?
No, you don't have enough. From what you read, you don't have enough to see what if there's anything more to the tome, right?
So it's more of a hint than anything.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Maybe. But with that, you finish casting your spell, Redwin, and the rest of the group, you rise from your slumber. The evening is...
What are all these rolls that are happening?
Complete. You all are well rested. You gain the benefits of a long rest, and it is a new day here in the keep. What would you all like to do?
The D6 I rolled above Volderm's talking was my Circle of the Stars feature, the Cosmic Omen.
Oh, okay.
So I've got Wheel for the day.
Okay, perfect.
I'm ready to go back down to the door, so.
So, unless anyone has anything for the group, you travel back down to the door. You are at a familiar place.
So, on the way down, just to prep everybody,
Same.
The Speak with Dead will let us ask 5 questions of one of these dead dudes, and there's nothing stopping them from being like jerks about it. So think about what we're going to ask them, if that's still a thing we want to spend time doing.
No, I agree. Is there, given what we know from the door, is there anything that we pass by as far as like shops?
Manually.
signs and whatnot, like anything that would say like, "Hey, we might be associated to this door," or to like matrony.
Nothing.
Okay.
There has been no reference to anything beneath the earth or beyond, so that you've seen so far or read in tomes or texts.
Gotcha.
So, you all arrive back into the extremely hot chamber with a door in front of you. Now, approaching the door, once again, Riva, the closer you get, the more that ring on your finger just, it hums in recognition almost.
Everybody, stay back.
Would you like me to cast Identify, or are you going to try the ring first?
I don't think that's. I mean,
True.
Identify is not really going to do what you think it's going to do here. I mean, I have the ring. It's
Good try
vibrating
the
me
ring.
closer and closer. I mean, if everyone just kind of stays back, I will cautiously approach the door and see what happens.
So, you move forward. You walk towards the door, and the ring on your finger, the ring on your finger becomes.
Gives me fever.
Wow. Thanks, Sean. God damn it.
Hot.
I love you, but I hate you. I want you to know that. No, the ring on your finger, it almost feels as though it's in sync with the door. And as you put your hand forward and move to grab where a handle would be, or you would hope a handle would be, the door itself cracks open. And down the center, a jagged line forms. And across the middle of the door, another jagged line forms. And in 4 parts, it opens wide to reveal a chamber, a pathway leading forward.
Ryan, please. I can only get so erect.
Well, I didn't die.
Yes, great job.
The day is young.
So the door is open?
It is open and a pathway is before you.
Does it really look that derelict inside?
It does.
Like crumpled?
There are green, low-hanging light sources on the left and the right side of this open pathway leading deeper and deeper into the earth. It is illuminated with sometimes a bit of light peeking from above, but it is exactly what you see before you in that imagery.
I think looking forward and seeing everything, I mean, Reva would be fairly cautious and kind of keeping an eye out for, trip wires or pressure plates or anything like that. But at the same time, he's kind of awed by like what he's seeing because, like, from his vision, he knows that this happened a really, really, really long time ago. So for like this level of like decay to happen, it has to have been a long time.
I would say go ahead and make me an investigation check if you're looking for traps, tripwires, those types of things. If you're proceeding forward, I should say. Do you all wish to proceed forward?
Can I help? Well, rolls already got
No,
made. Never mind.
You can still help him. That's fine.
Yeah, I was going to ask if I could both clap a guidance on him and assist him as he's.
I would say assist at this point. So go ahead and roll one more time, Riva. Okay? 16.
Well,
We'll take it. So, with that, you begin to venture forward.
Are there any more claw marks, things like that?
So, go ahead and make a perception check for those of you who wish to look for such a thing.
is that mutually exclusive with the investigation we?
It is separate from that. He's looking for
Oh,
traps.
I said so. If we're looking for traps, can we also look for dragon sign? Or
I would say that Riva and Voderm, no, you're excluded from this.
okay, that's what I was asking.
Gotcha. Yep.
21.
So, proceeding forward, Jareth. Just Jareth. As the two in front, Voldurm and Riva, are looking for anything out of the ordinary that would spring a trap or cause harm to the party in a nefarious manner set upon the path. You notice there are hints, ever so faintly, of claw marks scratched upon the cavern walls, here and there.
But Naruto's not getting down on that perception check?
I'll make that well known to the party, but specifically Riva and Volgerm.
And you begin to, as you travel along the path, it moves from this dimly lit, illuminated caves-like structure going forward to it's odd. You start to see vegetation, not the mossy growth you would expect, but you start to see grass and tree roots protruding. And all of a sudden, you find at the end of this path, you see what looks like the beginning of a forest in front of you.
Naruto.
It's... You move into this space, and a sense of dread and fear immediately washes over all of you. But it's almost instantly calmed by this natural state of beauty and quiet and peace. It's as if nature is overcoming any fear or dread or any sense of I need to not be in this space. And it's humbling. It's quiet. It's peaceful. But you can't at the same time just shrug that sense of dread. It's there. It's lurking just at the back of your minds.
At this point, I'll ask Ryan, do you have a map?
There is no map.
Okay.
You're
yeah.
looking upon a forest. It is sprawling in measure. And it's odd because you're underground, but it almost feels as though daylight is peeking through this space.
Yeah, I think Jareth will almost immediately consult Naruto. Because, hey, I hate this, and you're Nature Boy.
I mean, I know not much about underground forests, but if you want me to take the lead, I'll take the lead.
You have, like, oak Ativan you can give me?
I did not prepare that spell today.
Ah, shit.
Wasn't expecting the woods.
I got Narcan in the back pocket from the city guard, but you know,
There's no fentanyl here.
there's no fentanyl here.
Dig it.
Who is Riva? Are you still leading?
Yes.
I mean, I guess I'll approach Riva and just kind of ask generally, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I don't know what to think. I'm not used to seeing so much vegetation.
It's beautiful. It's bigger than any of the gardens.
I mean, I feel, I don't know, insignificant.
Can we do a general perception check to see if there's anything hostile around? Like carnivorous plants or...
Sure. I guess
creatures?
if I could have everyone make a perception check.
Shit, I ain't rolled a fucking double-digit dice all night.
Who rolled the nat 20? Nertho!
Nice.
Yeah, you're druid.
Fits.
Treebeard.
Makes sense. So, Nertho, Redwin, Gorwin, and Voldurn. As you all continue along the path, you start to look out for anything out of the ordinary, anything that would catch your eye, something different or out of place that would exist here in this space. As weird as this space exists, this isn't something you would expect, right? It's a forest, a gorgeous and beautiful, forest in what you all can assume is underground. And not only is it a forest, but it feels like an old growth forest, if you are all familiar with that. And as you continue moving forward, you begin to see the dried husk of a creature. And in fact, it is a four-legged creature. Its bony wingspan is fallen to the ground on its sides. Its empty eye sockets lie there. Its face its face displays a sense of purpose and terror, and it lies sunken and felled to the ground. And in fact, it looks exactly like this.
Hug. Hashtag hug.
Oh, I didn't get it. Ah, there we go.
Also fucking hate it. God damn.
Would that Speak with Dead spell work on that creature?
You'd try?
As long as it knows a language, I think so. I've never tried it on, whatever that is.
Ryan, is there a general sense of direction through here? Like, is there a path?
Go ahead and make a survival check.
And are there claw marks around this beast? Do the claws seem to kind of match maybe the size of the claw marks we've been seeing?
I would say go ahead and make a perception check.
I know, fuck all.
Yeah, Jareth, you have no idea.
Yeah, never feel bad to say, "Hey, Nartho, I'm curious about this. What do your elf eyes see?"
Hey, Nartho, I'm really curious about this nature situation. What do your elf eyes see?
Perfect.
Well, what were you asking about?
Is there a defined path through this?
Through the
Do you
woods?
see?
Naruto, go ahead and make a survival check at advantage.
Through my butthole, Naruto. Is there any survival thing seen through my butthole?
Oof. Well.
You.
Are we?
So Naruto, one second. Naruto, you feel drawn in a general direction, continuing straight from where you exited that long cavern pathway to this grandiose forest, this grandiose old forest. You feel that sense of, you're not sure what direction you're heading, but you know that if you continue straight along this path, you're going to get to what is calling you at this point.
And Nartha's almost bouncing up and down. He's, gentlemen, ladies, I think the way is forward.
Jareth will suggest to Naruto, if you want, if you have a sense of direction, you can stand behind me and place your hand on my shoulder and guide me.
Do we still want to try to talk to the dead thing, or are we just going? I'm good either way.
Prepare the spell, so it
That-
would be very interesting.
Yeah,
There's
if we can.
a lot of magic to use this early in the day, though.
Yeah, I mean, out of character, it is a 3rd level spell slot, so yeah.
Ryan, is the sense of dread coming from this creature? Does it seem like it's concentrated around this corpse?
I will say the sense of dread is
I'll also ask,
Go
do
ahead
we
and-
have
you
any
know what?
recognition of this corpse as far as like species goes?
so. One sec from that. So first for Redwin, I would say go ahead and make me a. I'm gonna say charisma check.
Well,
You're really good at those, I hear.
I have faith.
It feels as though it's coming up further along the direction you're heading.
I'll kind of share. I'll share that with the team. That like it doesn't feel like that sense of dread is specifically tied to this creature. But yes, the creature's interesting. What is it?
So with the creature, so Jareth, if I could have you make a medicine or religion check for me. Your choice.
Sorry, I was peeing. Hang on. Oh! There goes the toilet seat.
Are we identifying is this to identify the thing, or what?
Correct. This is to identify what the skeletal remains of this being are.
Is this open to everybody? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
So for those who are trying to figure out what it is, I will take a medicine or a religion check.
All right, you want normal?
At normal, yes.
Okay.
I will roll neither one because I'm not trained.
Hey, not bad. Oh, Jareth, what? I rolled a 16.
That's a 1.
Oh. Well, fuck.
So, Voldurm, looking about the creature laid before you, you have seen something similar before, though much smaller in size. As though you approach, and the rest of you approach in turn to take a look at this creature, you realize that it's much larger than you thought. As you came closer and closer to this creature, its size grew and grew. Something about the forest is tricking your eye, but Voldurm, this looks like the remnants of a earth dragon.
sounds very impressive. What do I know about Earth Dragons?
Go ahead and make me a Arcana check.
Oh, you're a monster.
I am the worst. I know. That's fine. I can live with it.
Oh, okay.
It's not terrible. So, a 14. So, what you know about Earth Dragons is they are sand dragons, which you have encountered many a time in your travels and know better or for worse to avoid. They are a distant cousin of the Earth Dragon. Earth Dragons are made out of the natural elements of stone and are generally tied to a place which they are driven to protect. Beyond that, you're not quite sure, but that's more of a myth and legend than anything put into fact or, it's concrete.
Okay, I'll share that information with the group. It seems this is straight out of legend. Lucky us.
The dragons are real.
I was expecting bigger.
So how big is this thing now that we're right up on it?
So now that you are right upon the remains of this Earth Dragon, its skull is at least 2 to 3 times the size of the rest of yours. It's something large to behold.
So it's big. The picture made it seem small.
Right.
Oh god, it's big.
The picture is not like it's not a complete accurate representation, but now that you're standing next to it and investigating its remains, it's pretty big.
Here, from the picture I got, it's the size of my dog.
No,
Which would have been cool. Which would have been cool too.
Right. That would have been adorable. Not in this case. But also, I will say, Volderm, with that, if I could get a medicine check as well.
How does the corpse look, Ryan?
Could I get a medicine check from you, Redwin?
It appears that it died of death at some point in the past.
Did you know that living things can die?
Yep, that's not much better.
Life needs things to live.
Oh god.
Wow. It looks as though it has gone through rapid stages of decay, but you're not sure how old it is.
Use magic to talk to dead dragon? Or leave?
The choice is
I mean,
yours.
I think it would be interesting, not gonna lie, but we don't know if this is the dragon that left the claw marks, or...
Yeah, considering most things we've seen so far have been undead. Who
Yes.
knows when this thing comes back?
Did y'all share the knowledge about the dragon?
Yeah.
So they're usually protectors, and this one is dead.
Can we tell if it looks like it was killed by an external force of some kind?
You have no idea based off those medicine checks.
That nat one says no.
It's dead. And I think letting dead things be is usually a pretty wise idea.
Oh, you're no fun, but okay.
You say that now, but drop in combat.
I'm not dead then. I'm dying.
I'll remember that.
Can I try to take like a dragon scale or something?
There's no scales.
What is it made of again?
It is just the dried husk, the bones, and nothing else.
Get it.
I'll take like a claw or a horn or a tooth or something.
Sure. What would you like to grab?
Something that's in good shape. So whatever is in the best shape, probably.
So looking, go ahead and make a perception check.
I mean, do you really want to disturb it? It's dead.
Well, exactly, it's dead. Well, what's it gonna care?
Well, I mean, things
Our
around here
side.
don't. Things around here exactly haven't been staying dead, have they?
They were also up and moving. We didn't do anything to them. They attacked us anyway, so let's see what happens.
I suspect that a lot of the undead creature things that we've been encountering were animated a long time ago to protect these places. If this is somewhat recently dead, then it probably is not under the same effect.
But why would this protector be dead and all the rest still up and moving about?
And that is a very good question.
So, with a perception of 9, it all looks relatively the same. It's weathered, it's cracked, it's not in great shape.
So then I'm going to go for what's fairly easy to remove.
I would say a tooth.
Okay, so I'll grab a tooth.
You have a cracked earth dragon tooth. You can add that to your inventory.
I know what this is. It's a Night Fury, because now he's toothless.
I hate you.
Love it.
So,
Are there any signs of so like we can't tell on the body, but are there any signs of a struggle or a fight in the area?
no. Based on your previous rolls, no.
Yeah, I think we really bungled this particular investigation. This crime scene is tainted.
Yep, we sure did. Just thought I'd ask in case there was another roll, so. If anything, it's a souvenir. Alright, Ryan, I'm gonna grab you that beer real quick.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, suggestion for a module is polyglot.
Never.
Why not?
Too many modules.
No, that's the language one. That would let you type type something out, and if we can read it, our characters can read it. We can read it. If we can't, it's just gibberish.
That was the thing. So interesting. So,
Because I was thinking through that conversation there, I'm like, well, who all here speaks Draconic anyways? Because I do.
Yes.
fair. So, corpse investigated.
I mean, Athos seems to be the one to follow here.
Yeah.
This is his show.
What would you all like to do?
Move forward.
Yeah, I think I'm moving
Just
forward
very
right alongside of Nertho.
All
I think
right.
I'm looking more of like the up close stuff. He's kind of doing his thing.
So, you all continue to move forward in this forest. Beautiful.
I think this seems we're in deadly territory. So at this point, I'll walk up to Jareth and sort of pat him on the small of the back and cast wording bond and tell him that when, not if, but when shit goes down, it's going to be you and me protecting everybody, right?
Silence.
Jason, is your mic muted?
It's fine. I don't. I heard what his heart said. I don't need
that
a
will be
response.
fine. I said, I got you, baby. And then heard, your mic's muted. And I thought, well, that's probably for the best.
All right. So, you continue to move forward, following Nertho's direction. And as you do so, you begin to hear the sound of crickets and wildlife begin to fade as they grow quieter and quieter. You all begin to feel that sense of dread grow stronger and stronger as you move forward. You feel this sense of fear. It's emanating, and it's familiar to what you experienced yesterday upon that bridge with those undead dwarven creatures. And you find yourself in a new space. You see, as you move forward, the trees start to thin out in front of you. You see this creature. Its form is that of a large, monstrous humanoid. It is pounding onto the base of a great tree in front of you. It is trying to force its way in.
Well,
It hasn't noticed your presence at this point, but it is aggressively trying to figure out how it can most likely enter into this basin of this tree.
Do we know what it is?
And none of you have a clue. It is just
How big is
hulking. It has this crackling energy about it, and as you move forward, this sense of fear, this sense of dread, seems to be emanating from this entity. It is just pounding. You hear this cracking sound as it just carves into this tree. Here's another sound as it pounds into it. And it stops for a moment. And it turns around. And it looks at you. Give me 1 second. I've got a bunch of messages to respond to.
You guys ready?
Kinda.
Sorry. Oh, God. Got it. And... Okay. It turns around. It notices all of your presence and goes, well, what do we have here? Little ants wandering into my forest. What do you all do?
Language is it speaking?
It's saying this in common.
Yep. Your forest? Whom are we speaking with?
Well, who am I speaking with, little mortals? And its voice has this odd, it's quiet, but there's this sense of presence there to it.
Now, kind of look over to Riva. But I am Nartho Blueshade, servant of Zadal, Lord of the Lands. And I have doubts that this is your forest.
Well, I believe this is my forest. And I believe we are at a conjuncture here. So, with that being said, servant of... And he just spits on the ground. That whelp of a tree.
Just have you with the tree.
I believe our conversation is done. And I shall have your head.
Oh, but we were just getting to know each other.
And with that, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, there are no.
Really
It's still
seem like-
loading.
Let it load.
No, I want everything now.
Don't forget my owl.
You're right, I do not have your owl on this page. I'm sorry. Kaklaka.
Don't forget to bring an owl.
I have myself muted. Before initiative, are we all just like coming straight out front line? Or do we have...
I will give you all within the first, I'll say 15 feet, so the first 3 squares, to figure out how you would like to arrange yourselves.
Well, Naruto and I had already kind of said that we were...
Kerpla.
So, I'll let y'all figure that out real quick.
think I'm gonna be up here by hubby.
Hey, baby.
The couple that stays together.
Wow. All right.
Don't you be jealous, Ryan.
I'm the most jelly. But that's fine. I know who Nick loves in his real heart.
That's on you. That's your own commitment issues.
And with that, I'd like to
Got
start
Dr.
at top
Phil
of the
over
order
here.
with Volderm.
You can't stop or start the top of the order with me spraying dark beer out of my nose.
I absolutely can and will.
Fuck. Feels like a hard line some rye bread.
So can I identify anything about the nature of this creature, or is it totally foreign?
Go ahead and make me a religion check at advantage. $22. All right. So,
That's what I was going to ask, is if we had any initial interpretations about this creature.
okay. I sent you a message. So, that is what you were able to gather.
Okay, nothing. Yeah, all right. Volderm will use his bonus action to cast Spirit Shroud on himself.
Okay.
So, okay, well, it tried to damage me, but I'm buffing myself to deal damage, and
Right.
let's go with Radiant. I think I
Okay.
get to pick. Yes. So I'll do extra radiant damage with every attack.
A D8? All right, perfect. Oh, okay. Interesting.
And then I'm gonna move up. And I don't know what this thing has in store, so I'll go up and I'll ready myself for an attack. I'll use my action to dodge and
Okay.
provoke disadvantage on it because I'm taking up a defensive stance here.
Perfect. All right. You get ready for its next attack. With that, Riva, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Alright, I think first I am going to do something that you guys haven't seen.
Ooh,
Love it.
I'm here for it.
So Riva kind of starts humming to himself
Okay.
and activates his blade song.
What I would ask, what song would you be singing?
Ooh, boy. Let me get back to you on that one.
How would you describe its intent? Would it be something from your childhood, or
It's sorrowful for now.
in
It's
Elvish,
a song my
right?
sister. It's a song my sister used to sing.
So you all hear Riva begin to focus his energy and start to sing a song that would normally be, for those of you who speak Elvish, something joyous and familiar, and that of almost a children's tale. But when Riva sings it, it is pure sadness. It is sorrowful, and it almost brings a tear to your eye, but it seems to embolden his steps and make him stronger.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I gotta real quick. Actually, I gotta fix it.
So we just hear Riva silently humming, "When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you."
Playing a minor key.
Yeah, it's a minor key of flagpole sitta. It's weird.
Yeah, for some reason it's not staying on me, even though it's supposed to be for 10 rounds of combat.
We'll figure it out. Because that increases your attack and AC, correct?
No, just it does my AC and my speed, dex, acrobatics I gotta do manually, and my Constitution saving throws.
Yeah, we'll play that one manual by ear. That's fine.
So, like I said, I click it on, and it didn't do. Oh, that's because all those effects got. That's fine. I got a different. I'll just do it. I was fixing it the whole time. I have a different way to have it fixed.
Sure.
So,
if we got to do it the old-fashioned way, that's fine too. So
for now, for now, I'm just adjusting everything manually.
Perfect.
I had all the other effects done, but somehow I just accidentally deleted them all.
Yeah, no worries.
So that's fine.
So with that, you've got the additional move speed. What would you like to do?
So I'm gonna go 10, 20, 30, 40 feet to there.
Okay.
And then you see his hands start to create an orb in front of him. And he casts Chromatic Orb.
So you watch as Riva pulls out this diamond and starts to spin it. And what type of energy would you like to hit or attempt to hit him with?
This one is going to be cold damage because that seems to be what Riva knows the best at the moment.
Go for it.
Fuck me.
No miss.
Yep. Can't roll tonight.
You know, sometimes we have those nights. All right, with that. Anything else in your turn?
Nah, it's action, bonus action, movement.
All right, with that, Nertho, it is your turn.
Alrighty.
Nertho, you enter this space, and as much as that wave of fear hits you, you all of a sudden feel emboldened. So, with that being said, you have a +1 on attack and damage rolls for everything that you do going forward.
Gotcha. Do I need to do anything for that?
We'll add them. We'll go from there.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I will.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 gets me there. Far away does that put me? About 90 feet away. Ugh. So I think for now, I'm just going to try a guiding bolt.
Okay. I've added the bonus to your character sheet, so you should be good.
Okay.
17
Nope.
will miss.
Okay. Bonus action, just in case, I will cast Shillelagh and
Okay.
get that up and running. And then that is my turn.
All right. With that, Jareth, it is your turn.
Gotta read one thing. Okay. All right. So my understanding of tether bracer,
Uh-huh.
grappling hook.
Yep.
Could someone accept my grappling hook? Could
You would
I
have to
shout?
So I would
Could I
say
shout
yes.
to Voldurm and say, "Hey, bro, catch this"?
Oh, I love this.
I would say yes. However, you can tell them accept this, and I will say it's going to be some type of check for them to accept it without taking damage.
What if it doesn't cause damage?
Well, in the case of a grappling hook, if you're like launching it at an inanimate object, yes, you're still dealing some type of damage to it.
Okay, let me say this argument. I can throw it up to 60 feet.
Sure.
So I could throw it, what is essentially 25 feet past Voldurm, so he wouldn't initially take damage, and just shout at him, "Hey, brace this."
Okay. So what I will say is, if you're looking at shooting it up beyond a player or a square, right? So I'm assuming so they can grab onto it, so you can fucking zip line
My thought
yourself
is
to
throwing
them.
it here.
Right. So you can zip line yourself to a point, right? Is that the intent?
Yes. Yep.
I
Can
will
he grab me and take me with him? Can he swoop over and
Prince Charming you in his arms, if that's what you're looking for.
I mean,
yes,
if
that can-
the DM is down, I could grab you in motion, but
that is something you can attempt to do. So
this is further than what I'm thinking.
Let's put it this way. What are you trying to do?
So I'm trying to grappling hook up to here, which I assume will be in
could you ping
dead
it for me,
space.
please?
I'm trying to. What's the ping?
You just click and hold.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, here.
So that's my max range with the grappling hook. So with the grappling hook, I can extend my movement by 10 feet if it has purchase. So my thought is, this is probably dead soil where it's not going to have purchase. But if the grappling hook extends from my character to here, and Voldurm acts as purchase and holds the chain as maybe a reaction. Again, I'm just spitballing here.
He doesn't have a reaction. His reaction's already committed.
What?
Oh, his is already committed?
Your reaction, when you declare that I'm going to attack a creature, that is your reaction.
Gotcha. Basically, all I'm trying to do is throw the grappling chain here, because that's as far as I can go. I want the extra 10 feet of movement.
Okay.
Is there
so
anything
go
DM
ahead,
can do?
Yep. So go ahead and make me a. It's essentially an attack roll against that square, right? To try to grab into the earth and pull yourself there. So I will say, make me an attack roll against that square. So it'll be a d20 plus your total modifier. So it'll be +3 plus your dex.
D20 plus 3. Dex or strength?
It's dex.
Okay, so +2 for modifier, correct?
Yep. See what happens. a 14. You needed a you needed a 10. So for your bonus action, Jareth launches this hooked object, because I don't think you've never done this before, actually.
Okay,
that's
no
60
questions
feet.
against what you did for me, but for Tether Bracer,
It's 60 feet.
once it connects, so Tether Bracer range is 60 feet. Once it connects, I gain. Again, I will not argue what you did for me.
This is a flavor thing at this point.
Okay,
For
I'll
flavor,
take
yeah.
I'll take the flavor.
For flavor, you launch yourself past Volderm, and you hook into the ground, and you pull yourself fully forward.
Okay,
Show them who you are, baby.
Does that take my speed with it?
That will take your speed with it, yes.
Okay, so you gave me an extra 20 feet of movement.
Correct.
Love you, baby.
Just blows kisses on the way by.
Yeah. Hey, God. This is
Also,
me.
might want to stay within 60 feet of me for the thing.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I can't move anymore. That was like 20 more feet of movement than I expected. So, yep. End turn. We good.
Okay. All right. With that, it is this entity's turn. So, you watch as he launches into the air and moves directly here. He looks over at you, Jareth, and goes, "It's time to learn your place, mortal." So, he's going to do a couple things. First off, he's going to use a fearful strike against you. 27 hits. You take 12 points of damage.
Just a 27? What?
Yeah.
Oh, I take half of that, and he takes half, right?
Yep. So you
Let's
each will
just-
take 6. So,
Okay.
Jareth gains 6, Volderm takes 6. And then he's going to use his multi-attack. He's going to use Chaos Whirlwind.
Good thing he rolls shit.
Wow.
That is a saving throw.
Yes, because I'm concentrating, and I took damage.
8 fails.
Yep.
So you are no longer subject to the effect. However, the Chaos Whirlwind 26 will hit for 10 points of
Maybe.
damage.
No, saving throw.
Damn it. All right. So
Did it hit?
So it hit. You take the damage, but you are not knocked prone. So with that, that'll end his turn.
Sexy.
All right. With that, Gorman, it is your turn.
All right.
You watch as this being just lunges forward, almost looks like he flies through the air, lands on the ground, and starts laying into Jareth.
Well,
It's like, it's fine. It's fine.
first I'm gonna
I fought in kindergarten before.
bonus action Shield of Faith.
Okay.
I'm going to move 30 feet.
Okay, so with that, I need... you're good.
Oh. And then I am going to throw my Chakram at him.
Okay. A 10 will miss.
Alright. And that is my turn.
All right, and with that, Redwin, it is your turn.
Ryan, quick question. How into Pathfinder physics are you?
I'm into D&D physics.
So I could not, like, kind of inspect this creature for weaknesses before I attack? Correct?
It will take an action to, like, observe
Gotcha.
it and figure it
Fair
out.
enough. Fair enough.
All right, Redwin, what do you want to do?
Casting Armor of Agathis at 2nd level, and I moved. So I believe that is my turn.
What would Aldwin like to do?
Oh boy. Let's see here. Alduin. Think he is gonna dash over to here.
Okay. All right, and with that,
With that, I'm trying to get this stupid thing working still.
you'll figure it out.
Might
Well
work
done.
now.
It is your turn. What would you like to do?
So soon?
It sure is.
All right, I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna take my sword. I'm gonna try to stab.
At the start of your turn, because you were within 30 feet of it, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw due to its aura of despair. You are not despaired. Go ahead.
1 second, clicking buttons. Yeah. Also, did we get sneak attack working? I swear we had it working.
I give you it manually, but yes, you will get a sneak attack. So if you'd like to use your sneak attack action.
I think if you go underneath your features and click it, it should work.
I did, but it didn't actually roll it. It just told me what sneak attack does.
So that is 8 more damage. So, okay.
Okay. And then I used, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 25 feet of movement.
That is correct.
I'm going to move away. I don't provoke because I have mobile.
Perfect.
And I attacked him.
All right.
And I'm going to do I have anything cool to do with a bonus action?
Question of every turn.
This, whatever. This feels big. I'm gonna use my bonus action and healing word Jareth, just cause.
Okay.
So if you go on your sneak attack under features there and you right click it and then you go to details, I wanted to make it look like that.
All right, and with that, Riva, it is your turn.
All right, I better give you that wisdom saving throw first, right?
That is correct. It's Aura of Despair.
Might want to make sure it applied that healing, but yeah.
Right, I'm gonna send you a long
13, that
sequence.
is a failure. You are at disadvantage. You're frightened. You can no longer move towards the entity. You're disadvantaged on any attack rolls against it for this turn.
Give me the frightened condition. Okay.
Sorry, GM. I think it healed the monster instead of Jareth. Just looking at the things.
It did, correct.
Yeah.
Yep. So
There we
just
go.
give yourself
9.
9 hit points.
Okay. Well, I can't move closer, so that's out of the way. What I can do then is I'm going. See, my hands start to grow a really sickly green. And I'm going to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew at it.
So that'll be at disadvantage.
No, it will not.
You're frightened.
Yeah, it's not an attack roll.
Oh, fair.
He's got to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, so we'll do a saving throw.
Oh, I got it. Watch.
Nice.
You get acid on my tree, I'm gonna be pissed, bro.
If this is your tree, we have things to
That
talk
is
about.
a 2. I will use a legendary resistance to ignore that.
Oh,
He will
really?
automatically succeed. So he will take, what's it? half
Lame.
damage?
Nope.
No damage.
I think you already succeeded, right?
Yeah, you go give him.
You rolled
I mean, he rolled a 4 and failed, but he's got a legendary
Okay.
on my limited spell slots, so he takes no damage at all. So you give him back that 3 damage.
Yep. All right. Anything else?
I don't know why I rolled it right off the bat.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later. But anything else?
And that's it.
All right, Nertho, you're up. What would you like to do?
I am going to throw or attempt to throw a fairy fire on this bad boy.
Okay.
Did that actually do anything? Oh, yeah.
17, he succeeds.
That's unfortunate. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I am then going to bonus action go into starry form.
Okay.
And try and hit him with a beam.
Go for it.
I hit the wrong one. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
So if was it this one? Nope. Dang it. I moved it to the bottom of the screen, so now I don't know where anything is. I think it was just this.
Yep.
There we go. That's a miss.
16 and miss. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
with that. Jareth, it is your turn. If I could have you make a wisdom
Oh,
saving
I am
throw,
gonna
please.
back off.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine. Jareth, if I could have you make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh man, I had plans.
You may have had plans.
Well, you get
I may have had
a +1 from the thingy.
What? Public or private?
Oh, this is all public.
Oh, thank
We're
God.
not frightened.
Thank God. Okay. So bonus action.
Uh-huh.
Spicy.
Is that through your arm, correct?
It infuses through my arm. I think I have 2 uses per day.
So
Also, I think you just breathed fire on yourself.
you did.
Oh, I had him targeted.
Yeah, it
That was
works a
supposed
little
to
weird.
just be a use.
So a 20 will hit for 11 fire damage, which will be... That's 11.
So bonus action use, or sorry, special action use the potion.
So he needs
Bonus
to make a
action breathe fire at him.
Yep, needs to make a dexterity saving throw. God fails. Yep, he takes the full damage, already applied. So continue.
Okay.
Special action, use a potion for your case, and then the bonus action. So you have normal attack and move. So you have an action and move action.
And then I have what, 2 uses of breathe fire left with the potion?
Correct. So the one gives you the spell effect.
So we'll attack.
17 will miss.
We'll attack again.
18 will hit.
And then we will try. Slash bang.
Constitution saving throw. This is a 14. Does that succeed? Yeah, he'll take it.
So he's knocked prone.
He cannot be knocked prone. You attempt to, in your fury, you come down with your blade and pull the trigger and blast him in the face. Where a normal foe you would expect to come down to a knee or to the floor, he just stands there and looks and goes, "Not today."
Wait. Does he take the bonus thunder damage?
He took some of it.
Okay. That'll be my turn. That's fucking everything. Actually, I think I'll strafe around him
All right.
to his butthole.
Anything else?
That'll be it.
All right. It is his turn. He looks at you and goes, cute. And he's going to start off with a fearful strike. 14 will miss. It's multi-attack.
And he's speaking common right now.
Oh yeah, he is speaking to you all in your native language. And he goes, "Huh, interesting." So with that, he's going to move here. You get an attack of opportunity, Jareth.
Gladly. What do you want me to roll while targeting him?
Yep, go ahead and roll target.
Just a straight gunblade.
Yep.
With attack. Never mind. I assume I can't.
That'll miss.
Okay.
So move here. He is going to use his ability called Elemental Torment. So we are going to... Why are we not working? There we go.
Well, it recharged apparently.
Well, it should have had it from the start, so... Sorry. Maybe I'll roll dexterity saving throws. Evil Germ. Did it not give you the option? There we go. There's 2 successes, so...
I have evasion.
So, Verdurm, you take 0. Gorman, do you have evasion?
Do not.
Alright, so Gorman, you will take 10 points of psychic damage on his turn.
No, I don't. Never mind. They pushed it from 5th to 7th level. I still take half. I'm dumb.
So, you each take 10 points of psychic damage, so... you will take...
Don't know why I did that, but okay.
Yeah, that's kind of just, that's what it do. Alright, so... you'll take 10 points of psychic damage, and that'll end his turn. So, with that... Gorman, it is your turn.
Alright. Give you that wisdom saving throw.
This is a failure. You are now frightened. So you
Now I
cannot
have multiple,
Yep.
multiple questions for you.
Yeah.
Does my chain dagger count as wielding it? Because I would assume, because I
Yes.
only use it for ranged attacks, I would have a mechanism to launch it.
Yeah, it is wielded. Yes.
Okay. And second off, because it never specifically states I can't, can I use multiple charges of my dazzling dance?
That is once per turn. It's effectively like a weird version of a sneak attack.
Right.
So yes, it's once per turn.
So I can't do like one dazzling dance to do dash and disengage and one to do doubling step, even though I would have 2 charges.
No, you get one per turn essentially. I'll have to take a look at it again, but yeah, as of right now, it's 1 per turn.
Yeah, because I was curious about that because I had double checked and didn't mention it, so
Yeah.
I'd still ask.
It's one of those like mechanics things where it's like if I could sneak attack on every attack, it would be dumb. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh no, I wasn't talking about flourish.
Well, yeah, it's kind of in that same vein.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to chakram it.
13 misses.
Alright. Then I am going to... I'm going to Here.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that will end my turn.
All right. With that, Redwood, it is your turn.
Okay, have I noticed the effects of its fear and that kind of that range that it has?
Not necessarily. How far away are you? Yeah, so actually, if I could have you make a wisdom saving throw.
With how far I am right now?
Correct.
All right. Wisdom. Where are you? There you are. Saving throw. Okay.
Yes.
Fabulous. This is gonna be great.
You are not afraid. You can act as normal.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna cast Burning Hands at this guy. So within, no, that's not what I wanted.
Oh.
I think I can be like 10 feet away, or do I need to be 15 feet away for a ranged spell attack?
It depends on the spell. So you're doing Burning Hands.
Yeah, do you want to link it? What's the AoE on it?
Burning Hands, I believe, is
15-foot cone.
Yeah, so if you cast a spell, it should give you the template to place. If you hold shift and then use the scroll wheel on the mouse, it should let you adjust.
You should be okay.
Yeah.
So 5 in front of you, 10
You're
next
not
square.
going to hit anything you don't want to.
Unless you set the environment on fire.
I was about to say, what's happening here right next to the giant tree?
We're just shooting fire around this forest.
What could go wrong?
I mean, we have been.
Alright, so here we go. I will take half damage. Alright, so anything else?
That is my turn.
Alright, with that, it is Alduin.
Let's see. He's gonna dash over to there.
All right.
I got measuring.
To the stump.
Volderm, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Oh, this guy's just all up in my business.
If I could
He's not
have you
welcome
make
here.
a saving throw of the wisdom variety at the start of your turn.
Oh, dang, again?
Yep, you succeed. We're not frightened. Go ahead.
Well, no one else wants to be up here and help me stab. Okay, I'll just stab him regular style.
I'm trying to.
All right,
I'm frightened. Otherwise, I would be.
I think, unfortunately, he's immune to my main damage type.
Wait a minute. Am I still frightened after last turn?
We'll see at the start of your next turn.
Remember, I moved away.
It's fine.
I already had a turn since becoming frightened.
Irrelevant because I missed anyway.
We'll fail. Anything else?
You know it. I'm gonna move.
All right, that will provoke an attack.
No, it won't because I attacked him.
Oh, that's true. You have mobility.
Yeah, buddy.
Sneaky son of a gun. All right.
And then I'm gonna bonus action healing word myself.
Perfect. All right. Anything else?
Not to.
Is that not enough?
I wish I could do more on my turn.
I would say not to disrespect you, God, but nothing makes me giggle more than hey, GM, no.
Funny.
It's not.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's literally all the
All
possible
right,
actions.
Riva, your turn.
I was asking from because this is round 3. Am I still frightened from round 1?
If I could, how far away are you from the creature? So,
I'm like 40 some feet away.
no, you don't have to make a saving throw yet.
So I'm not frightened.
You are no longer frightened. Correct.
Okay, good. That matters.
It does.
All right. So I'm gonna use my bonus action to steady aim,
Okay.
and then I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at him again.
All right, go for it.
Sean, when did you get Chromatic Orb?
But that should actually be an advantage.
An 18 will hit.
Well, let me see if it crits.
Yeah, go for the crit.
Nope. So just give him back that.
Yep.
Damage.
All right. So you all watch as Riva summons this orb of pure ice and cold, and these daggers of ice launch out into this creature and just stab into it. All right. So, anything else?
Nope, that is my turn.
All right, Neritho, it is your turn. You are. If I could have you make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Attributes, wisdom, saving throw. Oof.
Yeah, you are frightened. You are afraid of this entity as it just brings forth memories of fear and the things that make you just not want to exist.
Well, first off, what's the situation with that burning hands? Is there actually like fire now?
It didn't
That's what
set
I wanted to
anything
ask.
here within this, I would say, this grove on fire. He just, as you cast that fire from your hands and it started to engulf him, he just grabbed his hand and just swatted it away. It did its
Okay.
full damage, but he just did what he could to make it not hurt more.
Let's see. So I am afeared.
Correct.
That changes. So let's do. I don't want to kill plants. I am going to try fairy fire again.
Okay, go for it.
So spells. Fairy fire. Consume slot. Place template. It popped up with 2 of them.
Uh, 13. Is that a failure?
It is. Does he?
He is going to use his next legendary resistance to succeed. He is not.
Alrighty. So I will drop concentration on that.
He'll just look at you and go, "No."
Did that get rid of the fairy fire on him?
Did. So he's not
Cool.
fair fired, but he's used 2 legendary actions.
So that's
So
1,
2
and
legendary
then
resistances.
oh crud! That's not what I meant to do. But let's see. I've got bonus actions. I can't really do much with, so I will do my blast from the starry form, and we'll see how that goes with disadvantage. Oh, it didn't give me disadvantage.
15 will still miss, so you're good.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it.
Cool. And I'll stay where I am, and that's the next turn, which I accidentally already clicked, so
Yep,
he should
no
be good.
worries.
Yeah.
All right, Jareth, if I could have you make a wisdom saving throw.
Am I close enough?
You're within 30 feet. That is 25.
That's doom. You said saving?
Wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
11. You are frightened of him. You cannot move closer. Any attacks on him have a disadvantage. What would you like to do?
That's a good question. I'm 25, so I can't move closer.
Correct.
Let me scroll up in the chat. God, we do too much. What's the range of fire breath? 25 feet?
I think it's 15, but I'd have to look.
Either way. I'm 25 away from him. Buttholes. There's not a whole lot I can do. I've got fuck all for range.
Fire breath
the
is
fire breath.
within 30 feet of you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll do that for a bonus action then. We'll... Hang on.
So it will be, yeah, just roll.
I'm, what, 25 away?
You will hit Voldurm if you do that.
It's... Yeah, so it's not a cone.
It is a...
I checked. It's not a cone. So I was very concerned for Voldurm, but it is not a cone.
What is not a cone?
Fire breath. Fire breath
breath.
potion.
The potion of fire breath is not. Yeah, you just
Yep.
like spit fire.
Yep, just a direct spray.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got it.
it's a fire flower.
Yeah, get him.
Yeah,
So we can
perfect.
go... I
So-
would still hit Voldurm, wouldn't I? From where I'm at. You know, just
I mean,
just
if it's,
to
if
just
it's
to
3x3, couldn't you just like, yeah?
You
yeah,
would not.
yeah, I can just do that.
Yep. You cannot move closer.
well,
That is moving closer.
No, it's not. It's 25 feet away.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you would not hit him.
Come
Go
at
for
me.
it.
Yeah, beat him with
Um,
math.
So I gotta
Aw.
roll what, a straight D20, DC 15. If he fails, it's a 46 fire.
So
And
potion
if he
of fire
succeeds,
breath
it's half of that.
is- He has to make a dexterity saving throw. So
I thought it was just a straight DC.
I am tracking is a
Yeah, same. We do, like I said, we
DC
do way
13.
too much.
So
It's a DC 13 deck save.
here we go. That is a 14. That is a success. He will take half damage.
So you want me to roll, what, 46?
Yep.
Okay.
Still do the normal. He'll take it. Take 18. Halved is 9. 9 points of damage. That is.
And then I got, what, one more fire breath?
Yes, that was your bonus action. So, anything else?
That's about all I can do, I think.
All right, it is his turn. Or for recharge. Nope.
Just to let you know, Ryan, that like 9 points of damage he took.
Yeah,
like,
something
completely
weird happened to
obliterated his health bar.
Oh,
Bar.
yes.
Oh, be-
what?
Before,
I mean, let's take it.
Yeah,
No,
Maybe-
he was at like 1.
should be dead.
oh, he was
Is that
at
a
like
much higher
75% health.
He was above half-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
about
well, that's
right.
about right.
Oh, never mind. Because the breathe fire action is a bonus, correct?
Yes.
Yep, never mind.
He's gonna move forward. Redwin.
No.
Hello.
Whoa. He is going to. I guess. Okay, there we go.
You saved me the chore of coming to you.
Perfect.
Punch him, Redwin. Just punch him.
He is going to use a multi-attack. We're going to start off with Fearful Strike. 13 misses, and then a Chaos Whirlwind. Wow. Okay, cool. That'll end his turn. All right, Gorwin, you're up. So, Gorwin,
right.
where are you at on the battlefield? You are.
I'm in his range.
Yep. If I could have you make a Wisdom saving throw.
Ryan, what is the
That is
in
a
this
success.
cure for fear? If you succeed, are you done with fear, or
You don't
As a
know.
player, no, because I made my save and I still had to make more saves.
okay? That's what I was curious about.
Yeah.
So yeah, like out of player character, it looks like if you start your turn within 30.
It is an every. If you're within 30 feet of him, it is an every turn thing.
Yeah, when you start your turn there. Yep.
Yep. Thank you.
This is
Thank
a
you.
pure entity of chaos and fear. And
I've
you
got
were
it.
all,
I've got it.
as
I've
you
got
were
a
all
solution.
fighting him, you just have this constant sense of dread. And if I don't do the right thing, I am just worthless. I am not making.
Yep.
Like, you're just.
Reva's
it's just
got
that
it. Reva's
constant
got it
sense.
figured out. He thinks.
Makes sense.
Okay.
All right.
So, Gorwin, what are you doing?
Move there. We're chain daggering him.
A 20 will hit.
All right,
Beautiful.
perfect. And then we're flourishing him.
Yeah, it cracks into him. It doesn't do as much damage as you would hope.
And then we're double stepping to chain dagger him again.
Right, as you crack into him a second time, he just retches on pain. Oh, that's cute. And just looks
I'm
right
saying-
at you.
I'm staying right where I am.
All
Why are you
right.
speaking in common, my bro?
With that, it makes it worse. With that, Redwin, it is your turn.
So, as I go for my attack on this creature, I yell at his face again, "What were you doing to the tree?" And then I'm going to. So, we determined I needed to attack him first.
So
and
I
then
need you to make a saving throw first.
in the saving throw first. The wisdom saving throw.
That is correct.
Oh,
Ryan, what's the
forget-
range on the sphere?
You're not quite sure.
Well,
30
The
feet, but yes.
tooltip says it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tooltip says it,
yeah.
yes, 30 feet.
30 feet, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. So, yep,
Maybe
you're
not.
not afraid, Erica. Go ahead. That is a natural 20.
Oh shit!
That is a Thunder Gauntlet punch.
Booming blade. So then I do that separately, right?
So your booming blade damage, is that the... I can't remember. Is that the one where if
The
he...
cantrip. This
If
is the
he
cantrip
moves.
that pairs with an attack with the weapon, and my gauntlet is the
Right.
weapon.
So
It's an
roll-
extra D8, right?
Yeah,
and then if
because-
they move, they take more.
Correct.
Yeah,
so
but now
your
he'll take
booming
the
blade...
beam of thunder damage, and then if he moves, he'll take 2d8 thunder damage.
Correct. So go ahead and do the booming... Well, we'll wait if he moves. But yes, booming blade does
Okay.
connect.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work, so we'll
We
see. I
shall
guess.
see.
Does she get
Just
so? Does she get 2d8 because it deals a d8 when she hits and she crit?
Let me look at booming blade real quick.
At
Yeah.
a certain level, it adds damage to the base attack as well.
Right.
Yeah,
correct.
it should do
Well, I believe.
5th level 1d8 extra on the target on hit.
but I don't believe it doubles on a crit.
It should, because it's an
The
extra
initial, the
1d8.
initial damage might.
So the target
Yeah.
has to move for the damage to take effect. So if the target moves, he'll take double the dice.
No,
Starting
at,
at 5th level,
at
you
higher
added-
levels.
yeah.
Correct.
Yep. So yeah, I think it would double the melee damage, but not the
not
additional damage.
not the aftershock. Yeah.
Correct.
So it should
And she
so it
doesn't
should deal
have enough-
2d8.
Nope. So it's
Thunder.
real easy. So she doesn't have enough spell levels at this level as a multi-class character for that to take effect.
It's
Ooh.
total level. It's
Character
total
Oh,
level.
it's
not,
total
it's
level.
char-
Okay.
It's total
This is,
level.
this is
Yeah.
some
I treated it as
mechanical
total level.
ass.
Math.
D&D. Yeah.
I would say. Well, that's at
Give her
5th
the-
level
give
as
her
a
2d8.
wizard.
Let her punch it. Let her
Yeah.
kill it with a punch.
Nope. It has to move regardless, so it doesn't matter. All right, cool.
He has to willingly move to get the booming blade damage.
Correct.
Yep.
All right.
Well,
Anything else?
the additional damage. It still takes 1d8 now, which would be 2d8 because she crit.
So go
Right.
ahead and roll that 2d8. Yes.
When you have 3 DMs in your party,
Uh-huh.
Also,
Yeah.
Reva also has Booming Blade.
It's a
So I have it
very
pulled up.
simple game with very few rules. Anyways, roll that 2d8, Erica.
Yeah, said no one ever who's actually played. Like,
Right.
It's /R, right?
Yeah, /R space 2d8.
Or just click 2d8.
No. Arguing about the rules is the game. All the combat's just extra stuff.
Never.
I just want her to like mega punch it. That's all I want.
Yeah, I'm here for it. All right, I believe that'll end your turn. Anything else?
Nope.
All right,
Almost.
Alduin, what are you doing?
for future reference, is that
Being scared.
is that chosen movement or forced movement, or both?
He has to. If he moves.
If he willingly moves 5
yeah.
feet or
It
more
is
before
one of
the
the the only instances where forced movement will affect it.
Yes, Queen.
At 5th level, Ryan, it's
Yep,
an
I
extra.
understand.
Yeah,
I got it. Yep. So, Alduin, done.
Nothing. Yep, he's done.
Yep, Voldur, you're up.
Okay, saving throw, right up the bat.
That is, yep, you're within range, so go for it. That would be a.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you don't care. All right.
All right.
Normally, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna try to stab him right in his soft bits, wherever those may be on this thing.
Whatever you can reach. How tall is this thing, Ryan?
It's 15 to 20 feet tall. 22 hits. Yeah.
Real small.
Very
Yep, and then another 13 of neck attack. And then,
looking real rough.
actually, no, of everybody present, I'm probably a good person to be right next to it, so I'm gonna stay next to it, and nobody's super hurt, so that is the end of my turn.
All right. With that, Reva, you're up.
All right, so Reva's gonna come in, like so. He is going to green flame blade. So first, I'll make my rapier attack. I will do my sneak attack,
Get him, get him.
All right. He's looking real rough.
and then I get to do my green flame. Why did that not work? And he takes the 5 damage there, and then I go back to where I started.
You do not provoke. Anything else?
Nope. Nope, that's my turn.
All right. With that, Nerthod, is your turn.
All right. Wisdom save.
You are within 30. Yes. So if I get a wisdom saving throw from you, please, that would be due to his Heart of Despair.
Actually, hold on. What was my damage dice on that? I'll keep it.
16. That is a success. You're not afraid.
Awesome. So I will.
Actually, I want to re-roll my piercing damage.
What lets you
If I
do
can.
so?
Yeah, let's see what that does before I. His pierce feet. Oh, nice.
So I originally rolled a 2. So you can add 6 damage to him.
6. Okay, perfect. All right, he's looking real rough.
All right, I will start off with my archer form. See if I can hit him with that. That misses. Damn, he's
17
rough to
miss.
hit. So that was my bonus action. With my action, I will. Let's try a guiding bolt. An 8. There we are. That looks more promising.
Oh, hell yeah.
22 will hit. So, how do you want to do this?
I will try and invoke some of the nature spirit of this place as I shoot that guiding bolt out towards his form.
So you all watch as Nertho pulls his hands back, and it's like he's forming an ethereal bow. And you watch as this arrow forms and just launches forward, piercing this creature straight in the center of its skull. It just, in a flash, turns around in that 360 moment and goes, "You misguided fools, you children of ignorance," and falls to the ground. And with that, we will do several things. We will end combat. And we will end tonight's session. So, with that, thank you, everyone. I'm excited to see what you will do next. So with that, the foe defeated before you. This Bane attempting to break its way into the heart of the tree. We will end
Barely even an inconvenience.
Wow. We'll end there. And we'll see what happens next time. Thanks.
I will, real quick, use control flames to put out any fires.
Fair.